Is this the perfect RC car for a beginner? To the Battcave. Here I have one of the newest and most highly anticipated 1/12 mini chassis that's currently on the market. So highly sought after that it sold out within minutes of its first release. I've managed to get my hands on one. I'm talking about the Battcave Jok3r. Guys, girls, thanks for taking the time out to join me. Now, the mini class seems to be an ever-growing class, and it's a long-standing class too. But what makes this class so appealing is the entry point, the price. And I think this section could very well be popular for newcomers to the hobby. Now, this chassis, which is the higher of the two available chassis, this is the competition racer chassis, comes in at just $119.99. I thought this could possibly be a perfect entry point for someone that wants to get into RC racing. Now, I've only really stumbled across this class by accident. I was marshalling at the local club on club night, and the races that I were marshalling were the minis. Watching these cars fly around the track with really close competitive racing, I thought to myself, I need to give that a go. Now, Battcave started off as a conversion company, creating conversion kits for platforms such as the Automatics A800. After speaking with the Batman, or Sean Bat at Battcave, he told me that it was one of his dreams to have a car that he had full control over the design process. That vision has become a reality. So let's take a look inside the box. So there's only a few packets in the box. We've got servo saver and turnbuckles. We've got ride height adjustment shims, and we've got some body posts and the battery strap there. When I ordered this, I fully expected that I was going to have to build the kit. However, at the minute, they are coming pre-assembled. Now, after speaking to Sean, he said that as popularity grows, they are going to start sending them out in kit format. So if you are a newcomer, or if you don't fancy building one of these, I suggest you go and check out the Battcave website before they make that change. Now, if you do get your Jok3r, and it is in kit format, don't panic. Instructions are available online to download. And actually, looking at the instructions, the team have done such a great job. They're so easy to follow and definitely have newcomer racers in mind when they've produced these. The diagrams are fantastic. There's pro tips. But if you are struggling, the Battcave team are reachable, and you can find them over at the Battcave Mini Support Group on Facebook. In the description, I'll provide links for the Facebook page and also for the Battcave website. If you are enjoying what the channel's providing, please give us a like, subscribe if you want, leave a comment and hit that notification bell. Key parts of this car are produced through 3D printing. Parts such as the A-arms, the pivot guides, the bumper are all printed. Due to this, the Battcave team can produce parts quickly and without a lofty price tag, meaning that this section of racing stays cheap. A cool design feature of the rear pod is that it's adjustable. Shims are included so you can change the position of the rear axle. Now, on a new set of tyres, you want to run the axle in an up position, and as the tyres wear, we then flip it the other way around so the axle's in the lower position. Ideally, we want our car to be as flat as possible to run at its optimum levels. Other areas for adjustment include the A-arms, and these are available in different camber and caster combinations. We can search for the perfect setup by changing springs both in the front and the rear. We can also tune the side roll of the car by placing bands on these bobbins. In terms of additional parts, I opted for the Mad Mini bumper to hopefully minimise body tuck from front end impacts, and then I also got the rear diffuser, which gives a little added support to the horizontal body post, but mainly just because it looks amazing when paired with that Fat Body's mini shell. I think the main aim for this chassis is to be great value for what you get in what can be an expensive hobby, really. Also, I think it definitely has the newbies in mind, especially when it comes to the instructions. The guys at Battcave wanted to produce a chassis where you could throw your electrics in, put the car on the track and get round a track. The only thing that I'm going to have to do before I put this down on the track is set the ride height. Not only is it great in its ease of use, but actually it also allows drivers to tinker slightly with the car, and it gives them an introduction to that setting up process. Now obviously this is just the chassis, so you're going to need to purchase a few more things. I do advise that if they run this section at your club, that you check the rules out. Some clubs are allowing brushless motors, some are only allowing brush can motors. Some have got cost caps and some haven't. So just be sure that you check that out. So let's say you have nothing at all. Let's work out how much it would cost to get you racing. So we'd need a motor to start off with, something such as a Core 21 540 motor. It can be purchased for around £10. After looking online, I did notice that Inside Line Models, the model shop near me, sell the Carson C707 a 131 reflex set, which includes a transmitter, a receiver and a servo for around £60. You'll need to pick up a battery, so you're looking roughly £25 for a battery for there. You can get some cheaper than that though. And then we'd need an electronic speed controller or an ESC, which you can pick up a Camtech K1 for around about £35. After that, you need a set of wheels and tyres, which is going to cost you around about £12. And then to finish it off, a lovely body shell, which is going to cost around about the £16 mark. That means that you could be on track with a very, very competitive car with some very good equipment for a smidge over £275, which is probably going to be one of the cheapest entry points for the hobby. If you've got the bug and you've been bitten, there has been an announcement recently with the Mini Masters series. A number of clubs have already confirmed that they're going to be hosting an event in 2024. And so far, we've got Eastbourne, Basildon, Hednesford, Crewe, and there is a special venue yet to be confirmed in Oxford that could make for a very, very special event. Now it's time for me to get the electrics installed in this, get a body shell and some tyres, and take this racing. If you can help me with Jok3r setup or mini racing setup, please do. If you've got any tips for kicking this motor into action, please leave them in the comments. So tonight it's race night, we're taking the Jok3r out. We'll see what we can do with this little car. We did have a little bit of a test run with it last time out, but tonight I think is going to be the proper shakedown. Since the last video, we've got all our bits installed. We've got a Core 21 motor in there. We've got a Mardave ESC, the HR3, Savox servo, Futaba receiver, and I've also got 5,000 milliamp battery, NIM battery in there. So brushed motor, no lipo, which seems to be the rules right now. But who knows, we might move forward throughout this year and those might change, especially when it comes to the Mini Masters, the series, which hopefully we'll get registered for. Pretty stock all the way around, stock springs. We've got the stock spur gear. We've gone for a 16 tooth pinion. The only thing that I had to do when I got this out of the box was set my ride height. So we've gone 4mm all the way around, front and back. And then the one other thing that I have done is to make this a little bit stiffer at the rear end. I've got 3 bands on either side of the rear pod. So we'll get this to the local track and we'll see how we get on. Hopefully we'll do some updates between rounds, but I am actually running touring car as well tonight. We'll see if we get time. I'll see you at the track.
Baby,
First round of qualifying, we've ended up second, a lap behind. I think it was 20 odd laps. Our power was a little bit low. Maybe we need to sort that. Some people have suggested that we water bath it at the motor, but I haven't done anything like that. After practice, we decided to change the bands and go with no bands on the rear. So I might stick one back on, see if I can get it a bit more pointy. So let's see in the next round. So as you can see in the video there, some donut forgot to press record on his microphone. So going over my notes after Q2, there was only 2 qualifying rounds and 1 final. We decided that we was going to put a band on either side of the rear pod, and hopefully that would give us a little bit more of a stiffer end for those 180 turns. Starting in P2 of the B final, let's see how we got on. So all in all, a great night racing as usual down at Blackpool and the Fylde RCCC. RCCC, yeah, RCCC. Really, really fun. Obviously, as you've just seen, the B final, some really close racing there with young Ethan, who did really well to come away with a win. So well done, Ethan, if you are watching. So at the end of that run, I was feeling like I was lacking a little bit of power. You see me mention during the video that I felt like I was lacking power. I felt like I was lacking power even more so in the final. So since then, we have given the motor a water bath. We have purchased some bearing oil, and we do have some com drops on the way. So we'll see if playing around with these helps kick some life into that Core 21 motor. But I think I might have made a little bit of a boo-boo, especially right before the final. When I've come to do this water bath a few days later, I had a look at my transmitter settings. Now, some of the footage there, you might have noticed, had my daughter in there and her cousin. And just before the final, when we had a little bit of a break, I let them have a little go with the Battcave. What I did remember, and I turned down the throttle and the steering on the transmitter to make it easier for them to drive a little bit. Now, I wouldn't have got anywhere near young Ethan because his driving was fantastic on the night. However, with the bearing oil, with the com drops, with the bath, and hopefully with my steering and my throttle turned up to the right settings, when we got to race next time, we might see some better results. Probably not, because in all honesty, having it turned down probably meant I crashed less. Guys, if you do like what you're watching, as always, please leave me some comments down below. Where have you been racing? If you can help me with Joker setup or mini racing setup, please do. If you've got any tips for kicking this motor into action, please leave them in the comments. That will be muchly appreciated. Now, we had a little bit of a technical hiccup. Yeah, we might go down that route with it. Well, let's see how we got on. So it is race day today, and we'll be taking the Joker out on the track at Blackpool in the filed RCCC. Before that though, we've got a few goodies that Battcave have just brought out, and we're going to get these installed into the car. I've also treated myself to a transponder for this car. I was hiring one at the track, but decided to get that. So we need to get that installed, make sure we're counting laps. So we've got our transponder. We've got these new and improved side bands for the rear pod. They're slightly thicker by the looks of it. So I don't know if we're going to just replace them 2 for 2 or if they're a little bit stronger in strength. So we'll have a play with them tonight. We've also got serrated nuts that they brought out for the wheels, serrated wheel nuts, so that should help them stay on wheels. I haven't had any problems at all with wheels coming off or anything like that, so we're all good. These look so much better than the original steering limiters. Okay, these have got little bands on them that go around the side, and it's not a screw anymore that sits out of the limiter. So we'll get them on, and we've got some ride height spacers, another pack of ride height spacers, so we can play around with this setup. The last thing that I have treated myself to is a Satan 20 brushed motor. So I don't know if we're going to get this in here for tonight or if that's going to be for the next meeting. Ideally, we need to give it a water bath. Yeah, we might go down that route with it. A water bath, get it installed in the car. And what I might do when we water bath this is I might do a video, so it might not go in the car tonight. Give me some time to install these into the car. I'm going to set my ride height, my droop, make sure we're all pointing in the right direction, got that transponder in, and I'll see you down at the track. So that's the transponder in. Let's put these new steering limiters in, shall we? They're so much better than now. So you put these rubber O-rings on. These are that strong, I can't even pull them over. There we go. Also in this, at the minute, we have the new 2 degrees camber zero caster arms on. See how we get on with them. Oh, they're lovely going in them. There's a little arrow on them that points to the wheel, to the sides. They fit in lovely. Who's looking forward to the Mini Masters series? I certainly am, waiting for booking to open for the later dates. There's 3 events. Probably not, I've probably told you. 3 events that I'm looking forward to. 3 venues, being Crewe, Stafford and Oxford. Also, this beast is going to be running at the Charged RC event in Blackpool in September. A couple of special guests going along there. I don't know if you heard, but Mark and Carl from Pop Along will be there. So guys, if you are interested in running your Mini, because we're having 2 days of Minis, we're actually a support class for the GT12 Round 1 National as well. Lovely jubbly, they're in. 104 that side, 107. So we'll start with that tonight. And we'll maybe bring it in a smidge as we go. What else have we got? Large bands. Oh yeah, they are much bigger. So that's lovely. I've got my endpoint set now with those blocks. Got the servo straightened. Have we got time to get this motor in a bath and out running? These ones don't have the sizes on them, whereas the older ones do. So now we're post-race meeting, and much fun was had, as always, at Blackpool in the Fylde RCCC. It was the second round of the spring series. Now we had a little bit of a technical hiccup, shall we say. The footage that I take with the new camera, I usually pop it onto my cap to get point of view, or my point of view as we're going round. Unfortunately, when I transferred those files from the camera to the laptop, they couldn't be used for some strange reason. So that's something I'm going to have to look into. Luckily, though, we did get the final on my phone. I do set two cameras up, so we have got footage of that. So I will show you that very shortly. Just going back to the changes that we made before we went racing. So we changed the bands. Didn't really feel like they made a great difference. Didn't feel like they were stiffer in any way. So I just had 2 on the left, 2 on the right. I just changed them for the new bands, left it at that. The A-arms though, the A-arms feel like you can just throw the car into a corner and it is just going to stick, which is absolutely brilliant. It gives me so much more confidence driving. I'm not the best at driving as it is, so having that safety blanket of knowing where the car's going to go, and that predictability really help. Potentially those A-arms will become the kit standard that goes out with the Battcave Jok3r. Steering limiters, no problems, absolutely brilliant them. After posting a small video on the Battcave support group on Facebook, Remo from Battcave got in touch and he asked how things were, and I was like, Remo, these wheel nuts, like they keep spinning off the front wheels. So guys, if you buy these wheel nuts, it was a rookie mistake on my behalf and me just not reading, but they're for the rear only. But the big one that we wasn't sure about was the motor going to get a water bath before we got it in the vehicle, before we went racing? We did get that Satan motor into the car, and that is what we used. We did get a water bath in there, and I do feel like it had a lot more power compared to the Core 21 motor that we had in there. So luckily for me, we have got the RC timing sheets. Qualifying round 1, we did finish with 26 laps, best 10 laps of 8.71. No changes were made going from round 1 to round 2. However, do feel like the battery in the first round was a better battery than I put in the car for the second round of qualifying. So second round of qualifying, 26 laps again, best 10 of 8.73. So 8.71 in the first round, 8.73 in the second round. Pretty consistent, to be fair, that. We did chunk our tyres in that second round. Didn't have a new set, so we've had to persevere and get on with it. Going into the third round, we actually had an improvement in the third round. We managed to hit 27 laps, best 10 of 8.17. So a little bit quicker, a bit more consistent, get in there. And then going into the final, we made one change. I was happy with the car all the way through qualifying. I didn't want to change too much. I just wanted to improve my driving style, improve the lines that I was taking. Going into the final, we went from a 15-tooth pinion and a 48-tooth spur gear, and we just up the pinion by a tooth. So hopefully, fingers crossed, going into that final, we would have had a bit more power. Well, let's see how we got on. Now, I know it was only the B final, but a win in the B final, move in the right direction. All I need to do now is start picking some faster lines, improving this driving, and hopefully in the coming weeks, we'll be able to break into that A final and start challenging some of the faster guys. Guys, if you like what you're seeing, if you're loving the Joker journey, keep up to date. hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like it, share it, do anything you can. Let's grow this hobby. Let's grow the mini class. Is brushless better? Or is brush better? I guess the jury's out. Hi, and thanks for joining me. Ever since coming back to racing, I'm interested in these cars. 12th scale mini racers. And I absolutely love racing this. So much so, I want to race this at the Mini Masters series, which is a number of events that are going to be held across the UK over a few months. Now, I'm not going to get to all of them, but I'm hoping to get to a few. This is the road to the Mini Masters. So what's the appeal of this class? Well, for someone like me, that as of yet is still relearning how to drive properly, let's say, these cars are cheap. This kit was cheap, and other kits are cheap in the 12 scale class. Parts are cheap. These cars are robust, and they provide really, really close racing. In fact, this is possibly the best class for any beginner to get started in. What is going to be my vehicle of choice on this road to the Mini Masters series? Well, that's obvious, isn't it? It's the Battcave Jok3r. You can get it up and running and on track for around about £220. That's a great entry point for a beginner, but that's a totally different topic. Now, I have treated the Jok3r to any sort of update parts that have become available. Things such as the revised pivot for the rear pod and the retaining brace for the battery so you can move it front and back with ease. It's also got the updated steering limiters in there. So it has been treated. I've also purchased option parts such as different rate springs front and back. I've purchased more bands for the side bobbins to play around with how many we put on each side. So for a few months now, and maybe in the background of my videos sat over here, you might have noticed this box. A Hobbywing brushless combo system with a 25 turn motor and ESC. There are a few things that we've had to change to get this brushless combo to fit. Now, the Hobbywing combo usually comes with a fan on top of the ESC. To get everything to fit, I've had to stand the ESC on its side, like so, just up here. Okay, I've had to take the fan off to be able to do that, otherwise it wouldn't fit. There wouldn't be enough room. I've also purchased a smaller receiver with a smaller footprint. I've always run my motor down the right hand side of the car, so it's not unusual for me. However, a lot of people that run brush run it the other side, and I believe that it needs flipping over so the pinion's on the right hand side. Another option part that I have purchased, which we may look to fit later on in this series, is the Savox mount by Battcave for this specific Savox servo. It means that the servo can sit in this little section here at the front, just behind the bumper, which gives us more room just in front of the battery to place our electrics. I'm still undecided if I'm going to go with the bigger servo or if I'm going to get this in and have a whirl with that. Another thing is a LiPo battery and a NIM battery are completely different in weight. Now, a NIM battery is a lot heavier, and some people on the Battcave support group on Facebook have suggested that there was a 120-gram difference in car weights between a brush system and a brushless system. What I did, I jumped on Amazon and I got myself a brass plate. I think it was about £9. It was a bit bigger than this. So I've taken measurements for the tray that's there to produce this. Now, I've got a few bits at work that means that I can engrave on stuff. But there we go. We've got the RC89 logo. And this piece here, luckily enough, is bang on 120 grams. We'll see if we need this or if we can get away with running the car a little bit lighter. But some people have said that it does feel a bit floaty around the corners. That just slides in there nice and neat, and it will sit underneath my lipo once I get that in there. So with all those adjustments made, I suppose we best get this shell on, take it down to Blackpool and the Fylde RCC, and see how it runs. Let's take a look. I'm cool with it, play and peep the fans with them. Yeah, they gon' remember my. Yeah, you are not it already. He ain't outlaw getting off when he calls envy. Hit the peanut gallery, they all jelly. Yeah, they gon' remember my. Yeah, we let them say what they gon' say about us. That ain't nothing, I ain't bothered, not a problem. Haters hate, another day in dollar. Keep your money ready, have you pay the homage. Delay the profit, we gon' freeway on it. Yeah, no real one, not the copper. If you need reminding, holla at your Siri, ask who I'm. You can find him on the app. Yeah, they call me Peaky Blinders. You bet your bottom dollar, I'm a classic. 64 Impala, me, I been the plug. Plead the fifth when the name that get brought up. Real legend never die. Deal with the finish, you should try, let it lie. 949, it's Korea suicide. Tell them one time, forever in my palm. They remember my name. Yeah. They gon' remember my. Yeah. I've been making y'all believe they remember my name. We ain't not the same, no. Real since day one, and I ain't gon' change. So remember my name. Yeah. Now I was born of the fire. Sworn to a higher code, get lighter up, lit bit out of your tire go. We gon' level up, corner office the entire flow. Put the beer air wheels, I ain't do anything on a lighter note. Yeah, hit on brass tacks, fact is kinda dope. Serving people like the Kona stove. You could call me butter, kinda feel like I've been on a roll. Party never over, how the bottle still go. They remember my name. Yeah, they gon' remember my. Making you believe it, remember my name. Yeah, someone down here, guys. Guys, come on. Remember my name. Please. Yeah. Thank you. Legend never die. Still with the business, you should probably let it lie. 949, it's Korea suicide. Tell her one time, forever in my prime. They remember mine. Real legend never die. Still with the business, you should probably let it lie. 949, it's Korea suicide. Tell her one time, forever in my prime. They remember my name. Yeah. They gon' remember mine. Yeah. I've been making y'all believe they remember my name. We ain't not the same, no. Real since day one, and I ain't gon' change. So remember my name. Yeah. Yeah. They gon' remember my. Yeah. I've been making y'all believe they remember my name. We ain't not the same, no. Real since day one, and I ain't gon' change. So remember my name. Yeah. Yeah. They gon' remember my. Yeah. I've been making y'all believe they remember my name. We ain't not the same, no. Real since day one. Oh no. Pull it off, my pinion's gone. Pinion, mate, that'll be.
Hear it.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. So there we have it. It wasn't the greatest ending, was it really, with the pinion coming off? But it's all part of the learning curve. And for an initial shakedown, I really did enjoy running this. The added weight put in there helped. Back end was, like people said, a bit floaty. Once we put that weight in, it felt far more planted. It felt like it was when it was brushed, and I could throw the car into a corner and it would stick. First lesson learnt on this journey to Mini Masters, the series, is we need pinions with a longer neck on them, and Battcave have suggested that they're around 14mm. I loved racing it that much that as I was leaving at the end of the night, everyone that I was walking past, I was telling, You should get a brushless system. This is brilliant. Is brushless better? Or is brushed better? I guess the jury's out. I really enjoyed running the brushless system. Um, you know, for someone that's starting, it's fairly easy. There's no maintenance of the motor and there's no com drops being put in and there's no water baths and blowing the motor out and this, that, and the other. The joy about it as well is some people will probably move on from this class to maybe touring or something like that, or have this as a second class. Well, with that brushless system, you can use your 2S lipos in there. Obviously, this is a shorty pack that runs in here, and it's one of the shorter shorty packs, but those batteries can be used in other vehicles. Even if I moved on from this class to something like Formula One, I can use those lipo batteries. So I think it's a win-win situation as well. You know, the price of an ESC and a brushed motor, and you're having to replace brushed motors every so often. Well, this is going to last a lot longer with it being brushless, and even though the initial outlay is slightly more, and it's only slight now because you can get really cheap systems, you know, I think this could be the way forward. Who knows? Who am I to say? I do believe that there is an art in brushed racing as well. You know, those guys seriously know what they're doing. And I don't think brushless should replace brushed, but I think two separate classes is the best of both worlds, really. What are we going to do with this series? Well, I'm glad that we've got plenty of time to try different things out, really. I want to learn as much as I can about setting this car up, and I'm hoping you guys can learn with me or point me in the right direction. You know, I've already got things like the smaller servo amount that I would like to try. I've also got a number of different pinion and spur gears to try and see and learn what they do. We've also got a number of different geometry A-arms. I'd like to mess with battery positions. I just want to get this set up so I can drive it to the best of my ability. I want to take you on that journey to learn. Good things come in small packages. Hi, and thanks for joining me. So, as we already know, the road to the Mini Masters is well underway. Thank you to everybody that did check out the brush versus brushless video, which was one of the first ones in the series. So this past week, I've been out not once, but twice to local tracks to get some testing done on the Jok3r. Now, usually I have my battery pack at the rear of the vehicle. I tried it forwards and played around a little bit with it there, but I just couldn't get on with it. So quite quickly, the battery pack went back to being rearward. Did have an issue with the ball stud popping a couple of times, and the screw that keeps that ball stud in place had worked its way loose. It was a case of a bit of Loctite on, but my running was cut quite short. On to Wednesday night and Blackpool and the Fylde RCCC. Battery was back to being rearwards. Did have a couple of tracking issues to start the night. The car was a little bit unstable. And after talking to one of the racers at the club that also runs the Jok3r, Paul, shout out to Paul if you're watching, we talked about the toe out on the front of the car. So I changed the front end and went to running parallel wheels, or as close to parallel that I could get. After that, the car was much, much better, but it did feel like it was struggling to put the power down through the turns, and probably I had a little bit too much steering. Going into my final run, I decided to play around with the exponential, so the throttle curve of the motor, and I dropped it to I think around about 50%. And that throttle curve being smoothed out helped get the power down and gave me a lot more traction out of corners. Also, by knocking the dual rates down slightly, I felt like I had a bit more control as well. So it was a great night testing, and my fastest lap was 0.002 of a second slower than the guy that won our mini class championship last season, Chris. So things are pointing in the right direction. So why bother changing anything? Well, you know me, I like to play. So today we're going to fit the Savox servo, the SH0257MG servo, into the Battcave Jok3r. Now there are a couple of things that we do need in addition just to the servo. It's the Battcave front steering mount, and because the spleen on this servo is slightly different, we've got a 21 spleen servo saver. By inserting this this new servo mount and new servo, we can place the servo in this section at the front here, which is going to free up a lot of space. You're going to want to grab 2mm driver, and first of all, let's get this servo out of here. It's just the 2 screws on the bottom here, which will release our servo mounts. The original Battcave servo saver will have to come off. Don't forget to unplug your servo from your receiver. And there we go. One bigger Savox servo out. So as well as removing that big servo, I've also taken the opportunity to remove all the other electrics out of the Jok3r, just to give me a little bit more room to work with. One of the other things that we're going to need is the ball studs from the original servo saver. So they're going to need to come out so we can put them in our Kimbra servo saver. Now with these 21 tooth spleen servo savers from Kimbra, the holes are awfully small and they won't take the normal size Jok3r ball stud. So all I've done is used a reamer and just made the holes slightly bigger, and now we're able to transfer these ball studs into this servo saver. So next you're going to take your front servo mount from Battcave. There is a grub screw at the back of the mount, and that's just so it lines up with that hole there at the top that you can just see, so it fits in and stays secure. I'm going to take my new Savox servo, and it literally just slides in to there. Nice and neat, precision made. So next we'll secure the servo to the mount with the screws provided. Then the little stiffener brace goes on there like that. Now before this recording, I did actually do a little test run, and the first time round I put the servo in before putting the servo saver on, and it was a little bit more difficult than I would have liked it to have been. So once we've got this brace on, what I suggest we do is install that servo saver. Brace is secured there. Now with this, it's got a handy little gap there to run our servo wire past the steering arms without interfering with anything. There to the other side, nice and tidy. And then when we go to screw it in, there's a little hook almost that sits there to keep it out of the way. Now with the Kimbra servo saver, the screw that you receive isn't long enough to go through to this particular servo with the servo saver. So I've found another screw that does go all the way through and secures it. At this point though, I suggest we take our transmitter and we make everything 0. So all our trim and our sub trim back to 0, centralize it. Just because it's slightly difficult to get the hex driver onto the servo to align our servo, I suggest you centralize your servo first before you install the servo into the front of the car. So that now should all be centralized. Put your servo saver on. Now just go at a 90-degree angle upright. It's probably the best place to work from, I've found. Like I said, I found it difficult trying to get this screw in while it was already installed in the car, so that's why I would do it now. Dolly trying to make an appearance in the background. Once the ball studs are in, the studs pointing to the front of the car, we can install this servo into the chassis. Body posts out, and we just locate that hole. Now don't do what I do and leave this hanging out and forget to check it and screw everything in. Make sure at this point you check that that wire is tucked under the little hook. So once that's sat nicely, take our body posts, they go on top of the mounts and screw in from the bottom. Body posts are now in, servo's now mounted in the front. All we need to do is just go over our steering links, make sure that they're the same size, and then they can be set up. Pop the steering links onto the ball studs, and there we go. What I do like about this is how straight those steering links are now. Get the electrics re-secured, get this fan back on top of my ESC, and we're ready to go racing. This car is no joker. Well, actually it is, it's a joker. Oh, but you get what I'm saying. It ain't messing about. Hiya and thanks for joining me. Today, we're going to be looking at one of the hottest updates to come out of the mini racing scene. If you've been keeping up with your RC news, and especially following the channel, you'll know that in 2023, the late end of last year, Battcave released their first chassis, the Jok3r. Now the Jok3r's been making waves and performing fantastic pretty much wherever it's gone. It's proven to be an easy car for a beginner to set up, throw on the track and go racing. But in true Battcave fashion, Sean and the team decided to push the envelope a little bit more with this update. The Jok3r. Now it comes in two different versions, a brushed and a brushless. However, don't panic if one's not available. The only difference is the brushless comes with a 46 tooth spur gear, and the brushed, which is what I've got here, comes with a 48 tooth spur gear. In true Battcave fashion, and the labour of love that this car is, it's pretty much built for you. Not much building to do. That's how the car comes out of the box. I can see bits that I've had to upgrade on my original Jok3r that are already on here as standard. But we'll talk about that in a second. What else do we get in the box? Well, there's a little package there. Let's take this off. So this is our little pack of parts that come with it. We've got our axle shims, so we can put our axle at the rear in an up or down position. We have ride height shims in there, some clips, spacers. We've got our servo centralizing mount, standard servo posts, some nice decals there. Our retaining band sits in there as well, and we've got our servo saver in there. As always, the quality of these Battcave Jok3r kits are fantastic. It's really good that they come pretty much pre-built like this. For anyone wanting to start 12th scale mini racing, it's perfect really. So now that we've got it out of the box, what is the actual difference between this and the OG Jok3r? So for starters, we've got a revised chassis. It's narrower at the front end, and at the rear, it's boat-tailed. So what's that going to do? Well, basically, it's going to give you more stability throughout the car, and also in the corners, it's going to help with ground clearance, which is going to make it a lot smoother through those tighter turns. The rear pod and pod plate have been revised also. It's going to help give us better traction on the track when you're pushing this car to the limit. So the battery braces, you might know, you might have purchased these already, but these have had some rework as well. We've got spacers in here now which didn't come with the battery braces that I bought as an upgrade for the original Joker, but they come in this kit. So if you're using a 93mm lipo, those in there are going to help. We've got the position spacers. So if you want to run your battery backwards or towards the rear, we pop these at the front, which moves the battery back. And opposite way, you can put them at the back to move the battery weight forward. Also, with these, you can see these fins here at the top. Well, these fins give added protection to the rear pod should there be any impacts at the side. One other thing that I can notice here is the pod brace that goes across the top of the pod. That seems thinner than the original one. So it'd be interesting to see if that makes any difference, or someone like me can feel the difference. But that is a smaller, thinner part that goes across there. It also comes with the new revised steering limiters and as standard 2.0 A-arm geometry. I feel that I can really throw the car into corners with these arms on. So it's nice to see them on there. All these updates and revisions that we've seen over the past 12 months now have basically been implemented into this car. What's the best bit about this? Well, it's still the same price as the original Joker. So we're getting all those lovely updates, but we can't forget what is at the heart of this, the base parts from the original Joker. We've got 3mm GRP. We're fully ball raced. We're able to change positions of both battery and the rear axle. We have different servo mounting options in the kit. We have small and large servo posts. Talking of servos, we've got the handy Battcave self-alignment tool included in the box. And I'll be pleased to know that there's not an E-clip in sight on this kit. If you've watched my Yokomo build, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, if this is your first 12 scale mini racer kit and you're just getting started, there are some things that you're going to need. You're going to need a 540 type motor. We're going to need some slightly longer boss pinions, but you can check out the Battcave website for some of those. We also need an ESC, an electronic speed controller. We're going to need a battery and charger and some radio equipment. You'll also need a shell and some tires, and the Battcave guys have left those out so you can choose exactly what you want. If this is your first go at mini racing, just make sure wherever you're going to race, you just check the club rules, make sure you're all compliant with them. Talking of compliance, the Battcave Jok3r R-Spec is compliant to run in all major meetings from the 31st of October. Why am I telling you this? Well, what that means, guys, is if you've got one of these cars or you're looking to get one, you will not be able to run them at the first round of the Mini Masters series. According to rules, their parts need to be available for a certain amount of time before they can be used within the series. So just to summarize, round one, unfortunately, you can't run the R-Spec Joker, but from round two onwards, you will be able to run it with no problem whatsoever. So if you've got the original Joker, you might be thinking, why bother with this new kit? Well, this is the good part. You don't actually have to go out and buy the full new kit. You can easily update your original Joker to become an R-Spec kit. And this is where the conversion bundles come in. If you're running brushed or 93mm wide lipos, well, you can purchase the Joker conversion bundle 1 from the Battcave website, which is going to get you upgraded to this spec. If you've already got the lipo battery brace, this part here, if you've already upgraded this, well, bundle 2, that's for you. And if you buy one of the conversion kit bundles, you're going to actually save roughly £10 compared to what you would pay if you was to buy all these parts individually. So Sean and the team, as always, thinking about the consumer. So if you want to get into mini racing and you haven't purchased the chassis already, I can't champion this chassis enough. This new chassis I'll be running at the Mini Masters series. Oh, it's dark out here. 7 AM. Bag ready to go. Let's get to Crewe. We have arrived in Crewe. This is RC89. The venue. Let's go get inside. Well, here we are at last, Mini Masters round 2. We're at Crewe, gonna have a great day. The pits are buzzing, everyone's ready to go. Practice is coming up soon. Hopefully throughout the day we'll get some chats with some of the other racers and we'll have lots of race footage for you guys. Now, I'm not gonna lie, going into this event I was absolutely bricking myself. The only other event that I'd done outside of club racing was the Charged RC event at Blackpool. Before we get started, thank you to all the sponsors that you can see on the sponsors board there, and thank you to Crewe Radio Control Model Car Club for hosting such a great event. As you can see guys, everybody getting ready, setting the cars up, all ready to go for the next round of the Mini Masters. Pits are absolutely buzzing today. Battcave team there, Remo and Sean. Matthew Smithson down the end, Billy Fletcher. Championship leader here. How are we doing, guys? Charlie, let's have a look at this while we're here. What are we running?
Battcave Jok3r.
How did it go in the first round? Obviously went well, didn't it? Think you're going to keep up with these guys today? Sat across there, give them a good run for the money. Good luck today. Give us a wave, guys. Say hello, go on. You're hiding.
These are the Southerners.
Oh, these have travelled a lot. Hopefully they're all tired then. But
They came down last night.
oh, really? Where have we come from? Basildon. Hope it all goes well today, guys. Look at this circuit though, let me zoom out a little bit. Look at this circuit. Absolutely phenomenal. Long straights. Long straights this. So this will be where we put our cars on the track. I think we take them off towards the other side. Oh, is this where we're going, Hicks? Yeah. Oh, yellow behind the tape, is it as well? Everyone's gone. Yes. Oh, can we go out? Now, the first thing that I thought when I got up on the rostrum was, geez, look how big this track is. I was struggling to see the far corners, I'm that short. Now, luckily for us, Hicksy had done a bit of a recce the night before because he stayed over in Crewe and he participated in the Crewe Club night on the Friday night and reported back that we may struggle with grip early on. So these practice laps were just getting used to the sheer size of the track, but there was no grip problems. So we're all 16s.
Grip roll early on there. That's something unusual. 35's up back, I think.
Ooh! So one practice round done and dusted. Wow, the track here is absolutely massive. Got the essentials in, got a brew, had a bacon butty. Let's see what we can do in the first round of qualifying. Steve Hicksy is here next to me, pitting as well. Say hello, Hicksy.
Hi guys.
What do we reckon of that first practice run, Hicks?
Good, plenty of grip there, straight
There's
away.
loads of grip, isn't there?
It's from obviously the running last night and left it set up. It's pretty much straight away.
I think that was one of the things that we were worried about, wasn't it, at first, with there being little grip, but...
Well, last night there were no grip at all for about at least 2 or 3 heats. It was pretty abysmal, but this morning it's straight away, straight on it. It's too much, if anything, to be fair.
Main question though, Hicksy, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, fantastic, I love it. Yeah, it's great.
Setup here's something different, innit, mate?
Yeah, it's big. It's a big. That's getting used to that. Driving the car differently. You've got to sort of like manage the drive. You've got to manage the circuit. You can't just like point to point pinning. You know what I mean? You've got to like take your time. But yeah, enjoyed it, mate. Enjoyed it.
What I have noticed is I've done one run. Look at this. Look at these marks already. There's a concourse coming later. Jeez.
You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word, You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right.
So we're here with Stu Colby, the man that's made all of this happen. It's absolutely fantastic, Stu. I've come here this morning, the pits is buzzing. It's the first big event that I've done, so I feel like this is a great event for me, you know, with something that's a little bit cheaper. Where has this idea of the Mini Masters series come from?
Mini Masters, so we did it at Eastbourne Electric Car Club a couple of years ago. We just thought randomly do a one-off mini meeting, and it just exploded, so we got like 80 entries.
Wow.
And then I thought, well, that's quite cool. I quite enjoyed that. So like, I thought, well, why don't we do a series? So I mean, the club, I asked the club, do you fancy doing it? It's like, nah, not really. I was like, well, I'll do it then. I'll take it on. I just put it out there. Crew asked for a round. Basildon asked for a round. So then it just grew from there, really. So, and that's how it started, really. So yeah.
So we're 2 rounds in.
2 rounds in. So we had Eastbourne and now we're at Crew. So yeah.
So we've got
Basildon
coming up,
Stafford, and the surprise one at Oxford.
So is there any news on the Oxford one
Not
yet?
yet.
We're keeping
Not
that
yet.
under wraps
We're
for
keeping
a
it
bit.
under wraps at the moment, yeah.
So stay tuned. Make sure you look out for the Mini Masters Facebook page. If you need any Mini Masters information, you're on Facebook, aren't we? The series. So we've got people already booked in for future rounds. This booked up really quick. All of a sudden, it started getting loads of entries. So if you are looking to get into any more rounds, make sure you book early to avoid any disappointment. So you've come quite a long way here. It's your furthest north, isn't it?
We're from East Sussex, so so 4.5 hours away. So yeah.
All worth it though.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I mean, like, we've got a good entry. So yeah, the race is really good. So
what's really good is that I find that the manufacturers have supported this as well.
Absolutely. So you got Mardave, Camtech, Gav Graphics. Who else you got? DDRC, TWR,
Battcave.
Sorry, Moody Falls. There's probably someone else I've forgotten. I'm trying to look at the thing, but I can't quite see it yet. But yeah, so they've been really, really helpful. Like with the raffles, so the raffles do well. So you know, it's all for the club at the end of the day. So the club will do well. So it's what keeps clubs going, isn't it? So you know. The
main thing is, I don't think I've seen a sad face here today, mate. Everyone's enjoying it. The atmosphere is brilliant. It's really, really down to earth. Everyone's so friendly. So I've really enjoyed it so far. I know that you're on YouTube as well with other things.
Yeah, so
give yourself a shout.
Yeah, so we're DDRC.
Yep.
So we do a bit of streaming, we do videos and various stuff, and then we do King of Clubs, which is a touring car series.
Yes.
And we're RC Vision mainly. So RC Vision, so everything comes under the RC Vision banner.
Right. Okay.
So it's all about STEM, learn about STEM. We do kids workshops, etc. and stuff like that. So we go around the country and do that. So and this is where the Oxford thing will come in. So
okay.
So
as well, guys, do check out RC Vision, please do. Remo's trying to make an appearance there. Please do check that out because the work that they're doing is fantastic. Going into communities, did you do Crystal Palace Club
We did some workshops at Crystal Palace. We've been everywhere. Enfield, done workshops for kids there. We was at the British Motor Show the other week doing some workshops. It's using Mini Z tracks, Mini Z cars because they're just easy. So it's great fun. But yeah, it's good.
Fantastic, guys out there. Make sure get on YouTube, DDRC TV. Make sure you check them out. Make sure you check out RC Vision. please show Stu some love, because this wouldn't happen without this guy there. Thank
Lovely.
you very much,
Thank you.
Stu.
Thanks very
Cheers,
much.
mate.
Nice one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, going into the first round of qualifying, I matched my practice session performance with 16 laps. Hixie did make that change at the end of the practice and went to harder tyres all round, stepped them up a little bit, and he did get a lap on me. Into quali 2 we went, and I was convinced that I shouldn't make any changes, and actually it did cost me a little bit with too much grip at the front. Struggled there a couple of times, too much grip. Too much grip.
No, I'm happy with that cell now. It's no grip.
Have you just gone harder on the front?
50 up front, 35 up rear.
So you've gone hard both sides?
Different car, mate.
So, pit friend and Facebook follower and channel follower, Jeremy Brook. Where have we travelled from today to get to Crewe? Huddersfield, all the way from Huddersfield. Where do you usually race, Jeremy?
Ignition in Wakefield.
Good shout out to Ignition there, guys. Jeremy, what are we running today?
We are running a Battcave R model.
So you've got the new one as well, same
Yeah.
as me. Lovely. How are you finding it?
Loving it.
Loving
Best
it.
car I've ever had. And I've had my Dave and the Camtech. So
That's,
this
That's
far
a bit of an
superior.
endorsement, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I must
Sorry,
admit,
guys.
I do like mine as well.
Yeah,
I love mine.
Battcave is the way forward.
So, we're here at Crewe. You coming from Ignition, me coming from Blackpool. This track is massive, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is huge compared to what we're used
Can't
to.
say how big it is. It's like a outdoor 10 scale World Championship track.
It is
That
literally
big.
huge, isn't it? We were just talking before and we were saying this track, our whole track is probably a third of this track,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
The two tracks that we've come from. So it's really, really nice.
Yeah.
I don't know, you've been coming the last couple of weeks, haven't you, down to Crewe?
Just to get some practice, because it's my first mini masters as well. So
Perfect,
I
same
wanted
as me.
To, not be that crap on track. So
Main thing is, mate, we're all here. Do you know what I've noticed being here today? That like this, everyone's having a good crack.
Yeah.
The atmosphere's really friendly. Everyone's absolutely brilliant and welcoming. Really,
Yeah.
the Crewe Club have done an amazing job to welcome everyone. How's the running gone so far?
I'm finding it's absolutely spot on.
Brilliant.
Good running, everything's bob on, so can't complain. Crew all the way.
Brilliant. And just a shout out, because obviously you've been coming to Crewe for the last couple of weeks getting some practice in. How are they as a club?
They're a brilliant club. I advise anybody who wants to start RCing to come here. They're all helpful, so good on them.
Perfect. Thanks, Jeremy. Good luck in the rest of the afternoon.
Yep,
and we'll
same
speak
to
to you
you.
soon.
See you on track.
So the action is going on the track. However, what everyone wants to know, Hixie, what's the lunch like, mate?
Yeah, this is the important thing right here, mate.
This is fuel for the afternoon, isn't it, mate?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A hot dog,
Look at
mate.
them.
Look at the hot dog.
That's belting that. What have you got on there?
American mustard, sweet chilli sauce, fried onions, fresh bread. Look at the bread.
Look at that.
And some right real cheapy hot dog in the middle.
I'm quite sure Hixie might start a food review channel at this rate. RC Food.
I'm not being meats food. Yeah, the chips are quite good. The frozen, but they're all right.
This is a proper in-depth review, this.
Right, nice and fluffy on the inside. All right for frozen chips, then. Not wrong with them pot.
Now you guys have come here to upset some people, haven't you? You come for a bit of an away day victory, have we? So are all you guys from Stoke then? How are you finding today? Busy. So do you frequent this club? Do you come and upset the locals quite often?
About 3 times a year.
3 times a year.
We're not regular.
Yeah, we've done touring car here, and this is the first proper time we've had to go with any.
So you guys are running mini as well, aren't you, at your club now? And you've have you just started Brushless there?
Yes, we have several times we started here.
And how's it been at your club, the take into the Brushless?
Brushless is just because of the ease, most people prefer it.
Yeah.
We've got a young lad there he can't have one till Christmas, but he can't wait. You know, it's what we find with brushed is you get somebody down knows what they're doing, they're just away faster. Brushless, we limit it to 48 spear, 18 pinion.
Yeah.
Everybody's the same speed down to the driver.
So give yourself a shout out. Where do you run and what nights do you run on at?
Right, we run at Stoke-on-Trent, Fenton Manor. We run every Tuesday night, doors open at 7, first race about 7:30. I'm the chairman, that's my son, that's the treasurer's son, and that's our PR guy on the committee, so we're all like committee type members and that, so yeah, we're there every week.
And what do you reckon? Do you reckon you'd like one of these rounds next year if it becomes available?
Definitely. With us, we struggle to get the dates, so we need to know way in advance. We've got a Mardave one, obviously available in April, and that, but we were doing the one that was before the Mardave before till it got squashed last year.
Okay.
So we then had to switch dates, but yeah, we definitely like to do a round of this as well.
So what's booking been like for the Mardave event that you're running? Have you still got spaces or?
We don't know because Chris is sorting it all, so I believe if it's up to date online, yes, there's still spaces.
So if you want to get into that Mardave event, make sure you go online and check that out. Guys, I hope you run well this afternoon.
Oh yes.
Don't upset too many people. If there's anyone throwing anything in any direction, I'll guess it'll be you guys that they're throwing them at. All right. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys. See you later. I'm here with MT3 Designs, who are trackside here at Crew today. This is Mark Taylor.
Hello.
Could you tell us about some of these lovely products that you've got? What I'll do, I'll show everyone the products that you've got. If you could talk us some.
This is a folding car stand, and then I do bumpers for Mardave and Battcave minis. Do the standard body shell, the Mad body shell, and the Monster and Manic body shells. I also do parts trays, anti-spill containers for spider additive.
I tell you what, that's what I need because I threw it all over myself before, and I'm definitely going to check this out when I get home. Oh, look at that, yeah.
You can order from the shop, and the shop is mt3dprinteddesigns.etsy.com.
Perfect.
And I also do parts for sim racing, so if any of you guys are out there into computer sim racing, I've got you covered in that as well.
Does Billy Fletcher not do that over there as well? I think he does a bit of that. Fantastic. And then you've got some of your parts trays down there. So do they come in different colours as well then?
Different colours as well, yeah. And they're printed in PETG as opposed to PLA, so they're a lot more robust and not as brittle as normal prints.
Fantastic. I definitely need some of those, I think, because I'm quite prone to throwing some screws about the house.
Me too. This is the car stand, so folds up.
Oh wow!
Makes it nice and neat, and magnets to lock it into place.
Oh, perfect.
So quite a neat little space saver.
And those are good for your 12 scale minis. Yeah, you're not going to get additives stuck on the back of them or anything.
Minis, LMPs, touring cars, buggies, bit of everything.
Fantastic, guys. Make sure you check out Mark Taylor on Etsy. Make sure you check out the website, and if you need any of these bits, get in touch with him. So it was Quali 3 time, and I did decide to make those setup changes. We went harder at the front after speaking with Sean and Remo, and we decided to run 50 Shaw tyres on the front and stayed with those 32s on the back. 17 laps on that occasion, but I was certain there was an 18 somewhere that I could pull out the bag. Unfortunately, Quali 4 didn't go to plan with no running. To be fair, that's a nice shell though. We need to see that. You painted that? So you're the artist, are you?
I painted the first one, please.
How's today going?
Not too bad.
What we running? Battcave?
Battcave, Brushless.
Nice. Oh, I've seen these. These are like rocking horse doo-doo, aren't they? Apparently. The cooler, yeah. I've seen a few people. Does it make a massive difference, do you find?
I don't think so.
No.
The amount of time you've got between races, it's cool.
Right. Okay.
Every little helps.
Take everything. Take anything and everything. And what we're running over there?
MD24.
Lovely. How's your day going?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah? Oh. So has he been letting you know that all the way through today? Don't let him forget, that's the main thing. What club do you usually run at, Crew? Leicester. So you come a distance then? Just you two from Leicester?
I think it's just this one.
So do you want to give your club a shout out as well? Where do you usually race?
It's Leicester Electric Car Club.
Leicester Electric Car Club.
Yeah.
Perfect. On Facebook, guys, make sure we check that out. Friday nights, what time?
6:30. Just minutes at the minute, but we run GT12 as well.
Ah, right, okay. Cool. So you're sort of size this then, yeah?
We're used to this.
Perfect. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Doing some more of a pit walk. Jamie's here with us and he's going to show us his car that he's running today. What are we running, Jamie?
This is the Dave Mini that we are
Lovely.
running, and it's the brushed motor.
So you're running brush today.
Yeah.
How are you finding it?
My first car had a bit of a problem, and I'll get that one fixed.
Okay.
At some stage, and then I'll get the running this one. This one's my spare car, but it's absolutely perfect.
Oh, brilliant. Let's have a quick nosy at that. So, how long have you been racing for, Jamie?
Since 2003, and we came to this club quite a while ago now. So
you've been racing a while and you've been at Crew for a while as well?
Yes, we have.
Okay, how do you find the Crew Club? Because I've come here, this is my first time visiting the Crew Club, and it's absolutely fantastic. The facility's great, the setup's great, I can't fault it whatsoever. Everyone seems to do a brilliant job. How do you find it racing here on a regular basis?
Fun.
Fun?
Yes, really fun.
Do you just run minis or do you run something else as well?
It was just minis, and I ran an LMP for a little while.
Oh wow.
GT12, and also the other car that I ran before, which was a touring car.
Okay, so you've ran quite a few different classes
yes,
then?
So this
Fantastic.
is my preference car that I will go to now.
So that's your favourite out of the lot?
Yes, it would be.
Brilliant. So are you enjoying the day? Does it feel any different to a club night, or is it the same vibe?
It's the same vibe, yes.
Definitely get that feel everywhere that I've been today, everyone that I've spoken to, everyone's dead friendly, everyone's helping each other, everyone's having a good laugh, don't see any sad faces, no one's annoyed or upset, so I think definitely the organisers and the likes of Stu that's put this together, the Mini Masters, I think they've got it right in the clubs that they've chosen as well to host the rounds, because I think Crew have done a fantastic job of hosting us all today.
This is where we are normally based now at the moment, and I think everything will be perfect.
So Crew, if I remember rightly, run on a Friday night.
Yes, we do.
You start at 6 p.m. for track setup, is it? Or 5:30?
Yes.
And then you get racing around about 6:45, is that right?
7, yeah.
If anyone is in the local area, definitely suggest coming down to Crew on a club night. If you could sum up the Crew Club in 3 words, what words would they be?
Fantastic, organised, and enjoyable.
Jamie, thanks for speaking to me, mate. Good luck in your finals later, and we'll speak to you soon.
You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word. You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. You know I don't play.
Look at that, that's absolutely. Give a shout out to your grandchildren then as well. While you're... Who was it, sorry?
It was Bella and Evie that did it for me.
Perfect,
Yeah.
look at that. Oh yeah, Bella on there. Have we got Evie on the other side?
On the other side.
Fantastic. Love it. And new shell.
Yeah, new shell.
Can let them do that one as well.
I will actually.
This man here
No.
was dying. No, this man here was dying to get on camera before.
No
So I
way.
thought I'd give you your 5 minutes, mate.
No more 5 minutes.
If you interviewing him, he's got to take.
No, don't.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, absolutely.
Don't.
Remo, how's it going today, mate?
It's going really well, thank you.
How have you found the event?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's really good atmosphere.
and having a lot of fun. It's my first proper mini race, so
Fantastic.
not doing too badly for an old
I've
man.
been watching it go around. It's looking like it's going around well.
Yeah, it's really good. Nothing to complain really. It's just me. Hopefully, you know, with a bit more practice, I'll be a bit better.
Fantastic. So, are you doing any other rounds?
I'll do as many as I can.
Yeah.
Barring going overseas, you know, I do go overseas quite a bit. Barring that, yeah, why not? I'm having fun.
I think one of the main things today, like no matter who I've spoken to up and down the pits,
Yeah.
everyone's having a good time. It's a really good atmosphere. So for someone like me, this is my first big event. This is brilliant. It's like a nice introduction, shall we say, to it.
You know, you can say this is like a big club meeting.
Yeah.
But you're not discrediting it. That's the atmosphere you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not too intense. Nothing's too intense. We all have a laugh here, and the cars are simple.
Everyone's very helpful, including that man over there.
Indeed.
Mr. Bat, how are we?
Have a great day.
What are you running against, Sean?
I'm running Brushless. Brush today.
Brush
Keep
today.
saying Brushless.
I know. You was booked in for Brushless last year at first.
I know. Yeah, I just thought to change. Have a change. Yeah.
So this chassis, this is my introduction into the mini class, and I just want to say thank you, because getting that on the track, for me, someone that doesn't do it, it's so easy to put that on the track and get round.
That's the way we want it. It needs to be as easy as possible for anyone to just pick up and get going.
Absolutely.
Good introduction to RC, isn't it?
Absolutely perfect.
You know, we need to bring lots of fresh blood in. And that's the all important thing. You know, help support the clubs, keeps the hobby going.
Absolutely.
Also, it benefits us business-wise as well, because obviously, having happy customers and stuff, so it's going to look after us, but at the same time, you have to look after you guys.
And I think I speak on behalf of everyone that has got one of your chassis. The support that we get from you guys online, on the phone even at times, is absolutely fantastic. I'm sure everyone will be on the other side of this saying a massive thank you, mate, because you've helped me so much in my introduction to mini racing. I'm loving the car, I'm loving the updates. I'm always rubbing my hands together to see what's coming next. So
it's good for me. I like to see you guys happy, doing okay.
You're doing a good job, mate. Doing a good job.
You're doing a great job as well.
Thank you very much.
We don't have business, we don't have a car.
Absolutely. Long may it continue. Is that Mr. Grunnell over there?
Yeah.
How are we doing?
Not too bad, thank you.
What we running? You're running brushed as well today?
Yeah, bro.
How's the car going?
Second overall at the moment.
Lovely. Oh, happy with it?
Yeah, very. Like you said, good car, even better set of lads.
Yeah. Just a shout out for the Facebook group, the support group, because that's where I've learned most of my stuff to do with this car. The information that people like you, all these experienced guys, people like Matthew Smithson, who was pitting over there, it's fantastic. And then we've got Sean at the end of the phone if we need to, which is brilliant.
Yeah. The group's important, because the point of the group is that if you can't get hold of one of us, that there's some information there, or there's, because there's a large number of people on there now, there's always someone there to hopefully answer the questions.
Absolutely.
So we do keep an eye on it and stuff, make sure all the information's correct. But at the end of the day, it's there to support you guys.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah,
I
so
hope
use
you
it.
go well going into finals.
Yeah,
I am.
that's having fun.
I know, yeah. I'm
film
going
it?
to. Hopefully.
Yeah, you should film something.
I will. Just while I'm here, I'm going to get a quick sneak peek at Mr. Fletcher's car. It's a lovely paint job.
This is Frankie's car.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh. It's nice, that, isn't it?
Nice paint job. Beautiful.
Look at that. And then we've got Mr. Smithson, who's also running brushed. I know, look at this. Just wait till he sees this online.
This is the difference,
Look at this.
Brushless, brushed.
That's a good point, that. If there was ever an argument to run brushless, that is it. So this is your standard sort of brushed pit area. And then you got brushless here.
Brushless is plug and play.
Guys, thanks for talking to me. Cheers. Oh, Remo's car there as well. Are you getting a t-shirt in this blue, Sean? Stu Cole will be back again. As the day's gone on, I mean, you can't fault this event. It's just, I think Sean summed it up, and Remo, they said it's like a big club event.
Yeah.
You know, it's friendly atmosphere. It's fantastic.
Not too serious. We've got scrutineering, you know, do checks and stuff like that. You know, it's good. It's good fun.
Cheers, Stu. Are we all having fun, guys? Yeah, fantastic. So who's running brushed and who's running brushless? I'm brushed. Okay, brushed over there. Brushless. I was just looking on the Battcave table over there, and we made a bit of a conclusion that the guys that are running brushed, look at their pit tables compared to the guys that are running brushless.
I don't know what you're talking about. My table's always a mess, no matter what I'm running.
My table it's an organised mess.
Organised chaos.
Oh, I get to be on TV.
Yes, big shout out to your mum there. This has won already. Look, it's got a go faster sticker on there on the front. That's what it is. So how are we getting on today?
Not too bad, thank you. Not too bad.
Shocking.
Shocking. But you're having fun, yeah?
Always.
That's the main thing. That's the main thing.
That's new car, new to me, new. I've never done this before. I have, but not on this scale. So I'm relearning everything again.
What do you usually run?
112 oval or 110 operated.
Oh,
so
okay.
Out of my comfort zone, and we're having fun.
Good. That's the main thing.
That's what matters.
I think oval's something that I want to have a go at, but I'm scared.
You will love it.
I'm very scared because the noise is just atrocious. I'm like, oh, that just sounds like servos and money just going all over the place, doesn't it?
How's your day going, alright?
I've had a bit of a mare in the last round, but I'm having fun, so that's the main thing.
That's what you're here for.
Exactly.
That's all you're here
It's
for.
great to see. I think everyone that I've spoken to has been dead friendly. Are we running any other rounds?
Yeah, we'll be at the Basildon round. That's our home round.
Perfect.
And then I'm looking forward to the mystery Oxford
Oh,
round.
yeah, that's the one. I have had Stu, and I've been trying to prod him and poke him for something, but he ain't up for telling no one, nothing official yet.
He's certainly not.
So we're all from Basildon, are we? Fantastic. Guys, I know we're coming up to finals, so I'll leave you to get on. Thanks for talking to me. So I'm here with Ian Revel from the Crew Club. Thank you for today, mate. This has been absolutely fantastic. As you can see over there, pit's still very busy. We're into finals time now. But how has it been for you guys as a club?
It's been good. It's been great for the club. It was great last night as well on the club night with loads extra turning up. You know, we all enjoy it. We like putting on the events. Yeah, we're just glad that everybody's enjoying it and having a good time and good racing.
I think everyone that I've spoken to today, everyone's happy over there. Everyone's enjoying themselves. And especially for the guys that come to your club usually, they've said this is just like a big club night. That vibe is still here of a club night.
Wanted for them, yeah.
That's and for someone like me especially, and the guys that maybe haven't done this thing before, it's such a nice atmosphere to come into. So obviously we're here at your home venue. This is where your club nights occur. Probably the biggest track, if not the biggest track in the Northwest.
Northwest, that's right, yeah.
Indoor, so no getting cold, anything like that. When do you usually run then for your club nights?
Normally on a Friday night, we open the doors up at 5:30, get the track built as quick as we can, start racing at 5:45 and continue through 3 heats in the final until 10 o'clock at night.
Absolutely brilliant. All I can do is thank everybody associated with Crew for this today, because I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. The hospitality's been great from everyone that I've spoken to. And guys, if you are in the local area or can get to Crew for those Friday nights, support this club please, because what's going on is amazing and it deserves to get the recognition. Thank you very much, Ian, and thank you for today.
Thank you.
Cheers, thank you. Mr. Wedley here with his Battcave Jok3r. How's it going today, mate?
Not too bad. Struggled at the start. Made changes every single run. It's getting there.
It looks quick, looks nippy.
It's quick, yeah. Changed pretty much everything today. Looks overgeared for that run. Changed motor. We're going to drop it back to 6 spur from 44.
Cool.
And hopefully I'll get a bit more out the corners.
You're going to catch these guys that are sat over there?
No.
No?
Not going to catch them. My aim is pull through, racing at the club. normally similar times, so as long as I can beat him. But unfortunately, it looks like I've BQ'd. Which,
So did you not beat him the other week as well? I was looking at times. I think you beat him.
I've had him more weekies than me the other week. So
Right. Okay. So neck and neck going into this then.
we both finished on the same. There's 2 tenths between us in that last run, and he's scraped in, and I've unfortunately ended BQ.
Okay.
Yeah, a few things I want to try again for the final, and you only go backwards now, can't they?
So you're a regular at Crew, yeah?
Yeah, it's my
If you could sum up Crew Club in 3 words, what would it be?
3 words: friendly.
Yeah.
Community. Everyone sort of helps each other out.
Yeah, I get that vibe today. Everyone's dead friendly.
Everyone's always helping each other with spares and so on. And local. I don't really know what else to say. But yeah, it's a good club. Decent venue. Get a lot of people from different areas coming. Matthew Smithson comes down, travels a few hours now and again.
Perfect, mate. Thank you.
Nice one, mate. Cheers.
Go well in your final, mate. Take care, bud.
You know I don't play. You know I don't play. You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Don't give me this. Don't give me lip. That's what you get.
See if we have some luck this time.
Make me look thin in that video.
Just one of these days, you're gonna get paid. Better watch your back. It's gonna get personal. I don't.
Let's do this, mate. After a good start going from P4 to P2, me and Hicksy started to pull away from the pack and started to build a bit of a gap. Tried to put him under pressure, but unfortunately it just didn't happen for me and we finished second. Oh, Hicksy! First and second, mate.
Oh, nice.
I was chasing you, yeah.
How are you? I didn't know. Look. Nice one. Fucking brilliant. Oh, yeah.
One up, look at that. 1.45 off you.
I'm going to send that to John. He went, can you finish first, second? Yes.
I just couldn't catch you. I saw you made a mistake and I was like, oh, I'm going to get it. And then I made a mistake as well behind you. Yeah.
Well, from that, clean run.
Yeah, same.
Well chucked at that.
Well done, guys.
Well done, mate. Enjoyed that. I was going to say, I know I'm small, but I won't stand on that. So after a poor start, I did manage to work my way back up to the back of Hicks. He chased him down, he was in P2. The leader had bolted, so it was up to me to try and hunt down Hicksy in P2, but with mistakes in my driving like that, it wasn't very easy. Back up to P3 and look, bang, Hicksy's given us a gift and we sneak through for P2. Now, if I can hold P2 here, this means first, second and third are all tied on 4 points in this final. I'm not sure what would have happened had we all finished on the same amount of points. But we didn't need to find out because we made a mistake, and here comes Hicksy up the inside.
Sorry, Hicksy,
and a
go
little
on.
bit of a tangle.
Oh no!
And I get caught up and then back up in P3. For the rest of the race, it was a cat and mouse game for me and Hicksy. He did manage to stay ahead, and a P1 in the first round, a P2 in the second round meant that he took the overall D final.
I think you've won that there.
Win.
A 1 and a 2. And I think I might have made. Yes.
I don't know what happened there, did I win?
I don't know. So we've come to the end of the day pretty much here at Crew. Got Billy Fletcher. Billy, how was your day today? How's it all gone?
Couldn't say perfect. Took TQ and winning Brushless minis. Yeah, that's as good as it can get really. The car's been amazing all day and easy to drive, and yeah, happy with the result for Sean and the team. So we've been working really well together.
I'm exactly the same as you. I run a Battcave. For me as a beginner, it's perfect for throwing down on the track, and everyone that I know that's run a Battcave is exactly the same. So it's great to see that it's not just for a beginner. Guys like you can really do some damage on the circuit with that car.
It's a super easy car to drive. What we've learned, to be honest, when the grip comes up, I don't think there's anything better than the Battcave car. It just remains easy to drive. It's never trying to throw you off the track. It's never trying to spin out. Which, when the grip comes up like this, is what you need. The car's edgy and hard work. You're just going to forever be bouncing off of inside walls and rolling it over. Whereas with the Battcave, it just deals with it, takes it in its stride, and crack on and get your fastest runs in you can.
So you've got, is this your first round that you've done of this?
Yeah, I didn't do the first round at Eastbourne. It clashed with a touring car event that we was at. And I do the minis for fun on the side because I have a lot of time into my touring car racing.
Yep.
And that becomes very serious. And it's nice to come and do this, and I can just chill out, relax, and it's a bit of stress off. And I'd say a big thanks to Sean and Remo for getting us up here to do the event. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be up here because it's about a 4-hour drive for me to get up here.
Are we going to see you at any other of the rounds?
Hopefully, yeah. As long as they don't clash with any of my major touring car events, EWS, Rug Racers, then yeah, definitely we'll be whatever we can get to.
Billy, I hope you've enjoyed your day. Crew have done a great job today. Everyone here has been smiling, everyone's had a good day by the looks of things, and it looks like you have as well, mate. Thank you very much. Right. Cheers, Billy. Hicksy, it's the end of Mini Masters Round 2 here in Crew. Sum it up for us, mate.
Brilliant day, mate. Tiring. Absolutely tiring.
And at that point, the battery on the camera gave up, the battery in the mics gave up. But what a great day we had in Crew. Mini Masters Round 2 is now in the books. Congratulations to all the winners, and especially all the juniors. What a fantastic event put on by the Crew Club. Me and Hicksy won't be there for round 3 in Basildon, unfortunately, but we will be back at it for round 4 when you head up back north. Today we're going to talk about the 4 most important parts of any RC car setup. We're talking about tyres. Now these round circles, whether it be foam or rubber, play a massive part in how our cars handle. Optimizing our tyre setup can make or break your race meeting. So let's dive right in. When it comes to mini racing and tyre choice, firstly, we need to understand shore rating. Now, shore rating is a number that is given to a tyre which indicates how hard or soft the tyre is. You may hear numbers in the pits such as 32s or 35s, 47s, 50s. All these numbers are referring to just how hard or soft that foam is. Tyres that are softer are generally rated at 32, 35. And these softer tyres mean the tyre is able to follow the track surface and conform to the track surface a lot easier. And what this basically means is the car has more grip. So for that reason, on a Mini, we tend to use the softer tyres on the rear of the car. Basically, this will enhance our traction and the rear end stability of the car, especially on surfaces that aren't very grippy. Now, at the other end of the spectrum, harder tyres offer less grip, but they do offer more stability. So they're more suited in high grip conditions. So using harder tyres on the front reduces excessive responsiveness. The car won't be as twitchy. And by doing this, it makes the Jok3r a lot better. It reduces the likelihood of oversteer. So the Battcave team have done us a solid, and they suggest for a balanced handling profile, a frequently used tyre setup is using 47 shore tyres at the front end of the car and 35 shore tyres at the rear of the car. Now, if you are a beginner, you might consider going slightly harder at the front, so a shore rating of something like 50. This is going to offer you a good balance all round. The harder tyres at the front are going to reduce the risk of any oversteer, while the softer tyres at the rear, well, they're going to improve grip and stability. Now let's avoid some common mistakes. One big one is using overly grippy tyres on the front of the car, like 45 shore. This can make the car too twitchy and hard to control through the corners. Another mistake, using tyres with insufficient grip on the rear of the car, like a 37 shore. This is going to create an unbalanced setup and it's going to make the rear of the car unstable, especially under acceleration. So we've chosen the shore of our tyres. We like our setup. Now it's time to prepare our tyres to give us the best chance of having a good meeting. Tyre prep is just as important as choosing the correct shore tyres. Properly applying additive or tyre source can dramatically improve the grip and handling of our car. So for the Jok3r and most Minis using these contact foam tyres, a popular choice of many racers is Spider Grip Blue. Now there's lots of different additives on the market, but some competitions such as the Mini Masters have a list of tyre additives that you can use. So make sure you check before you enter any competitions. Other than that, well, I suggest it's just testing and seeing which one you prefer. No matter which additive you choose, it's important that we apply it correctly. So for the rear tyres, I suggest that we apply it generously across the full surface of the tyre and we leave it to soak in for at least 20 minutes. This is going to offer us maximum grip. On the front, however, we need to use a smaller amount. Maybe just covering the inside quarter to a half of the tyre with the additive. Now, we don't want to leave that additive on there for 20 minutes. We want to let it sit for roughly 5 minutes or so. We need to avoid putting any additive on this outer edge. By doing this, we're going to keep the car balanced and responsive. Now before you hit the track, make sure that you wipe off any excess, because if you don't, you're going to put your car down on the carpet and the wheels are just going to spin and you're going to have no grip whatsoever. Now there's a few considerations you might want to think about when preparing your front tyres. You need to think about track condition. So on low grip tracks, you might apply a little bit more additive to the front tyres. And when it's the reverse of this and it's a high grip track, well, you might consider going from covering half of the front tyre to just a quarter, or you could reduce the time that you leave it applied for. What we're aiming for is a setup that provides adequate grip without making the car too reactive at the front end. So beginners may want to start with no additive and experiment as you go along. So we've talked about tyre selection, we've talked about tyre preparation. Now it's time to think about maintaining those tyres, possibly truing those tyres. So the idea is that we keep the tyre sizes balanced and equal. This is going to give us optimal handling. During a run, the tyres will never degrade or wear out at the same rate, which means we're going to have one tyre that is slightly bigger than the other. There's a couple of ways we can get around this. We can rotate our tyres, so we can swap the right to the left and left to the right. This should, over time, even out the wear. However, experienced racers may decide to true their tyres. Typically rear tyres, we want to be truing them around 46mm and the fronts 45mm. Basically by doing this, we're reducing the band of foam that is around the wheel. A thinner band of foam helps reduce chunking during cornering and improves handling. Now chunking is where little pieces of foam rip off the tyre because they grip into the carpet too much. Now to reduce the amount of foam on a wheel, you need a tyre truer. Now this is expensive equipment, and if you're a newcomer you might not have access to that. However, if you speak to the people at your club or where you race, you might be able to get someone to true your tyres for a small fee. Now a little tip for you, these wheels, they come with small plastic discs like this. Now all these do is push onto the wheel like so, and that helps prevent the foam from chunking and it maintains our performance a little bit from the tyre. By following these guidelines that have been set out by Battcave, you can enhance the performance of your Joker and you can learn to adapt to various track conditions, ensuring that your car is going to be more controlled and much more fun to drive. If you are a newcomer to mini racing or the Joker, I suggest that you stick to those proven combinations that we talked about. 50s on the front, 35s on the rear as a good starting point. From there, just experiment. Try different shore ratings to see what the car does. And the more you do that, the more you'll understand yourself, what you need from your tyres. Consider the tracks that you're going to be running on. Make sure that you adjust the tyre softness based on the grip available on the carpet. Finally, if you're unsure, just seek advice. Ask the people that are running at your track, that have run there before, or jump on the Facebook group, Battcave support group, put a question in there, and I'm sure all of the guys over there can help you out. What a donut. What an utter donut. Hi guys, thanks for joining me. So, where do I begin? I've got to hold my hands up and say I've made a mistake. So if you've watched the Billy Fletcher video, I took my Joker and set it up like Billy Fletcher set his Joker up for the Summer GP at Eastbourne last year. Now the video has been going well. However, you guys have brought it to my attention that I might have made a little mistake. Now, I'm learning, we're learning together, so these things are going to happen. And after speaking to my local friendly superhero, the Batman, well, I now understand what I've done wrong. So in that video, I talk about setting the rear pod. Now, my understanding of that setup sheet was basically that the grub screw that sits in the top of the pod had to be screwed through the plate and protrude the bottom of it by 0.8 millimeters. Hence, why you saw me using the front shims to try and get that gap. Now, unfortunately, I know that that was wrong, so we're going to put it right. First thing that people pointed out to me was that the car should be in race trim. Now, if you go back to that video, it wasn't in race trim, didn't have the wheels on, didn't have a battery in, and I was setting it with the car up in the air, putting the shim in the gap and adjusting. I do now know that's wrong. So we've got our wheels on the car that we're going to use for racing. We've got our battery pack in. The first thing we're going to do is measure here for our front ride height, which should be 3.4. I'm going to slide that in. And that is just about at 3.4, which is what we need. Now then, we move to the rear of the car. So at the rear, I was understanding that this grub screw here had to protrude that pod plate here. It had to come down 0.8. That's why you found me sticking shims in this gap here in the video, which is wrong. So the first thing we're going to do is set our ride height at the rear. So spin the car around. So as you can see at the minute, we're at 2.6-ish. So let's adjust this thumb screw. Make sure the car settles. So we're going up, and there we go. I think we've got it there. Maybe loosen it off a little bit. .4, 3.6, there we go, and it doesn't go past 3.8. So we've got 3.4 on the front, 3.6 on the rear. The droop is actually measured, this bit of movement, this upwards travel is our droop number. So our ride height currently on the rear is 3.6. We can't go any further than that there. It won't let the 3.8 pass underneath it. So from there, if we move it upwards, this rear pod, till it touches the screw, or it can't travel up anymore, we push that in, we get to 5.2. So that's what? A 1.6 difference from 3.6 to 5.2, there's 1.6 millimeters. So 1.6 is our droop number there. Well, we want it to be half that, we want it to be 0.8. So what we want to do is take this out, and now we screw the droop screw in, which is going to change the amount that this pod lifts now. So now if I try it after screwing it in a bit, it only goes to 4.6 there. Okay. So 3.6 to 4.6, that's 1 millimeter of droop there. So I can screw it in a little bit more to get that 0.8. Lift it up as much as it can. There we go. We've got our standard ride height of 3.6. We've got our droop now set, so when we lift it up, it goes to 4.4, which gives us a 0.8 droop. Hopefully, that clears things up, guys. Once again, I apologise. I didn't quite understand what the setup sheet was showing us, but hopefully that sorts it. We're all learning together. Good morning, everybody, and we're here for round 4 of the Mini Masters at Hensford Raceway. The track today looks very technical, slightly worried, but we'll give it a go. Everyone's ready in the pits. It's nearly time for practice. There's one thing though that I need to get out of today, and that is that I need to beat Hicksy, because at Crewe in round 2, Hicksy came better off. He came first in the D final and I came third, and that's played a part today because Hicksy is in a different heat to me so far for practice. So hopefully we're reseeded after practice maybe and we end up in the same heat. But can we get in a higher final than Hicksy? Is it going to be revenge or is it going to be repeat?
You don't. I'm order number 93.
Here he is, already, the Bat Beast on the table. You can tell he's been up to something today. His tools are out.
Oh, the old nips. I used my new one. I got to use it. It makes me so happy that. If you're watching this, mate, please send me a load of free stuff.
Repping Paul and Inside Line Models.
I know, I should have blagged the free hoodie off him. Off Paul. Next time I see you, Paul, we'll have some free hoodies, you know. We go to a lot of effort to go to these race reviews.
No degrees, I'm not going to be funny about it, but I can't.
You never are. After the short trip from the hotel to the race venue, there was enough time to unpack, say our hellos and get some additive on. But after that, it was straight into practice, the one and only practice session of the day. Me first, then Hicks.
Right then.
So as Crofty would say, it's lights out and away we go. But first initial thoughts of this track, well, it was definitely the most difficult track that I've driven since coming back into RC. A little bit more twisty than the Crewe track, a little bit smaller, tight in areas, especially this little part that I've just gone through there before the S. Now the run here looked pretty good to start with. However, later on in the run I start having issues with grip, so that might be something that we need to think about later on in the day. It was car down, vest on, out to Marshall for the next race, which was Hicksy's heat. There he is setting off with the orange spoiler. After my turn marshalling, it was time to collect my car, and it was scrutineered and I was told that I was running a little bit low on my ride height. So when we went back to the pits, I needed to adjust that ready for Q1. So that's practice done. First time around that track, very technical track compared to the crew track, which was nice long straights, but it's a fun track to drive. Took me a few laps to learn the track, I'm still learning it. Me and Hicksy, different heats. So we're going into qualifying next. I'm not going to make any changes, I'm just going to put a new set of tyres on, get them with some additive on and go from there. I think it's a bit too early to make any changes or anything like that. Hicks, how did you find the first practice?
It was alright, mate. Struggled a bit with I think steering, had too much steering. Still a bit of rear end grip weren't there. I know, just struggling, mate. Don't know what to make of it. Gearing, I don't know. I'm struggling, but first run in it, so.
That's it. It's only gonna get better from here, innit? Get you more used to the track.
I'm struggling to see, to be fair.
Right, let's get some additive on these tyres and we'll see how we do in the first round of qualifying.
So I'd set my benchmark at a pretty lowly 15 laps, but anything on top of this would be a bonus as we got used to the track. The grip started to come good, so hopefully things will improve through the day.
Have you been practicing?
No, I've not had the car. I've been to like 2 meetings since the last round.
Same here. This was in pieces until last night.
That's it. I would say it's a little bit more technical than the crew track was.
Yeah, I'm looking, oh my god, when I get round, I lose count.
I know.
They put me in one heat too high. Heat 5's only got 5 cars, they put me in that one.
I know, that's the one that I was in. I was like, this is nice.
So after quali 1, Hicksy did manage to put a lap on me and get to that 16 lap mark. I struggled really and stayed on 15 laps. The second round of quali did see the roles reversed though. I managed to get myself 1 lap ahead of Hicksy and get to 17 laps while Hicks was on 16.
So we're back, Mini Masters round 4, you're back up north, Stu. How's the series been so far from your point of view as an organiser?
Really good. No, it's going well. Today's going well. But yeah, crew was really good. I really enjoyed crew. So they put on a good show, didn't they? So
that was excellent.
So they put on a good show here. So yeah, it's going really well. So yeah.
The track's a little bit different here compared to crew, isn't it? A little bit technical. I am struggling with it, but we'll get there in the end. So we're 4th round, 5 rounds of this series. Can I prod and poke you? Can you let us know where this 5th round is?
Now. So Oxford isn't happening, unfortunately. So Oxford was going to be at the BMW plant in Oxford. So they got a massive warehouse. So through RC Vision,
make sure you check them out. Yeah, absolutely.
So we've been trying to get this deal done for like 8-9 months. It's going back forward. Contracts have been signed. It's just corporate stuff. So it's just taking so long. So rather than, I left it as long as I could to try and cancel it basically. But there will be a 5th round. I think it's going to be March instead of the end of Feb.
Okay.
So, end of this week, I'll stick all the info out.
So make sure wrong one. Mini Masters Facebook page. Make sure you check that out for all the information, and Stu will update us all when he knows what's going on. I want to talk to you a little bit about RC Vision. Last week, was it? You was at the
Motorsport show.
Wow.
Yeah, so
it looked absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so
tell us about that.
With Motorsport UK, so we had the Mini Z track, we had a crawler course, and a little car, display and stuff like that. Public came out to go around and trying to set the 3-lap record, stuff like that. So hundreds of people.
I saw. If you've not checked out the RC Vision page, make sure you do. But there was a video on there, and the queues were huge, weren't they? Waiting for a go. It was brilliant to see. Looking forward to a little bit further in the future. You've got King of Clubs coming up as well in the summer.
Yeah, so there'll be 5 rounds. So you've got Eastbourne, Ada, Aldershot, West London, and Colchester.
And they're all so far for me.
Yeah, very southern based. So so we might branch out. There's a couple of other little things in the pipeline as well this year. Some big race meetings. So we'll see how that goes. We might do a summer GP for the minis. 6. If the Oxford thing comes off, we're definitely going to do something there.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll come off.
That'd be great.
So it should be good. So busy.
Always busy, mate. Always busy. So tell her, what else have we been doing? DDRC TV?
DDRC, yeah, so that's still going, so that's going strong. So we're quite big on TikTok, got a couple of 100,000 followers on TikTok. Facebook, 10,000 odd followers on there, so that's growing all the time. So yeah, it's just recording little videos, posting little clips to get engagement like that. So I enjoy it, you know, it's good fun. While Charlie's racing, I'm just videoing, so I don't really race anymore, so yeah.
So for you, talking about racing and the mini class in general,
yeah.
What makes the mini class one of the best classes for you?
It's accessible, so it's accessible, and we've got a lot of juniors here today as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, they can come in with a brush car, they can rag it around, and if they want to, you know, as they progress, they can go. If they want to go in the brush, they can. I mean, it's a little bit. There is quite a bit of difference between the brush and brushless,
yeah.
But it's a cheap class, isn't it? So they're like 100 and something quid for a car.
Can't beat it. You can't beat it. Exactly.
Yeah, it's cheaper than a touring car, isn't it? So, or buggies or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, anyone that wants to start RC, what's the best piece of advice you could give to a newcomer?
Find a club. Just find a local club near you. Just go down there, chat to people, see what they're running, and go from there. Someone might have something second hand. A lot of clubs have club cars, so you can go with a club car. Try before you buy, sort of thing. So yeah, that's the biggest advice I could give, really. So, yeah.
So if you are a newcomer, take Stu's advice, get on Google or wherever, search for your local club, get down there, I second that, get to a club, see it happening, because it's one thing watching it on YouTube and social media, but being here at an event like this, or just at a club night, it's completely different, and you will get the bug for it. There's no two ways about it. Very rarely do you see someone walk in and have a little bit of a watch, and then they're like, oh no, that's not for me, is it?
Yeah, quite, yeah. Well, if you go on the BRCA website, there used to be a track locator on there. Whether it's still on there or not, I don't know.
It is, yeah.
It is, so you can just type in your area, see what's near you. So that's the best way of doing it. So.
Perfect.
Or just Google it. I mean, just Google RC clubs near me, and it'll come up with something. So yeah.
There you go, Stu. Looking forward to see what you got coming with RC Vision. Looking forward to what the King of Clubs brings for you guys down south. I'll be keeping an eye on that. Everybody, thank you to this man to make this happen. It's brilliant. Stu, thank you very much. And we'll speak to you soon. So 2 qualifying sessions down. The last session, or the last round of qualifying, we went to a 50 short tyre on the front. Felt a lot better, more controlled. I think I got 17 laps. So we'll see if we can improve on that in the next round. We have, both myself and Hixie have changed gearing slightly. I've gone 40, 20 tooth pinion, and I think, have you gone 21, Hixie? 21 tooth pinion on yours?
Yeah. Yeah, 21.
21. So we've both gone up. I think we both started at 1944. Grip's there now. Car's a bit more stable. Just need to improve these lines, shall we say. See how we get on in the next run. So qualifying 3 came around pretty quickly, and it was another 17 laps for myself. The car felt okay, but I did remember back to crew that when I ran the battery position backwards, I felt a lot more comfortable. What's happening, mate?
I think servo's bust.
Hixie, on the other hand, did have problems, meaning he only clocked up 15 laps for quali 3. That's pretty solid.
There's definitely something. They were making it pull to left line. Oh, what's all that? Why is that allowing me to do that? Shouldn't be allowing me to do that, should it?
I'll put that oil on it, and now I don't.
Got another servo? Got a servo. It's a surpass one, so it's just straight in.
I was doing the route, we got the battery again.
Oh, you have a body.
It was alright. I improved, but I can't break that 18 laps. The 4th and final round of qualifying saw no improvement
from neither myself or Hicksy. So before the serious stuff started, it was time for the concourse.
Everybody else worked over this one.
Yeah.
I mean, they all look proper, but you know, this looks proper. This is out. This is, isn't it? Out. Whose is this? Is it you? Got a body shell for you. Excuse me.
Can we just have a look at this shell from the concourse? This is a concourse winner. Look at that. Beautiful, that. What's the 146 on there?
Leftover from Marday stickers, it means nothing.
Looks good though, looks good.
Cheers.
How's your day gone so far?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Made the back of the B, so I'm happy with that.
Happy days.
Yeah, good fun.
Looking to get up there in the mix in the B final.
That's the plan.
That's the idea.
Can only go forward.
Cheers mate, thank you. Cheers. So it's finals time, and guess what? Me, Hicksy, we've ended up in the same final. Definitely revenge or repeat. Let's see how we get on. Hicks, how's the day going, mate?
Struggle one thing after another, but still enjoying it. But I'm starting behind you now, a couple of places behind you, so at least I'll something to aim at now.
You can push me through the first corner, is that what you're saying?
I've not had one clean session, so I'm hoping he's lost 2 races.
I think we've messed about all day long, haven't we, really? And we've not really come up with a solution to what to do.
No, it's been tough, hasn't it?
It's a technical track, I keep saying that, but it's one of the toughest tracks that I've driven on, probably the toughest track that I've driven on. You've got to keep your concentration. Obviously, me and Hicks, usually we run 4-minute heats, so that extra minute needs some serious brain power. We've not had a food review from Hicksy today because unfortunately
there is one coming on my channel.
If you check out Hicsy's channel, there'll be a food review from last night. I've seen the preview. I don't know if he's going to edit it because there's going to be a fair few beeps in there.
No, it's raw footage.
Raw footage just going straight up. So we've just put additive on the fronts now. Going to wipe them off in a second. I'll be starting 3rd in our final. I think Hicsy's starting 5th. We'll see what happens.
Basically, I'm starting last. Pretty much.
This car has been the envy of my running all day. Cannot catch this. Simon, how we doing, mate?
Not bad, thank you.
Good. I hope you don't mind me sticking a camera in your face.
That's fine, it's fine, don't mind at all.
Lovely shell, that.
Yes,
lovely.
A bit of a mess though. So.
Nah, it's part of it, that.
Joker inspired.
Absolutely. How can you not have a Joker and have a bit of purple and green?
Exactly, yes. It's either that or going for gold, so... Let's go. Joker.
Well, you might need the gold one later on when
sure.
if you could get at the front end of things.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's been good, actually, yeah.
Enjoyed your day? Fantastic. I tell you what, you've got a spot here, haven't you?
Very good spot, yeah. Apart from the cars coming directly at you, thinking, are they going to stop or turn?
Yeah, well, it's a good job that I've been in the same heat as you because you'd have been looking at my car coming towards it, mate.
Nice little
yeah, it's lovely.
There's always some shenanigans happening in this corner, so maybe worth watching this one out, really.
Is this your local or is...
Yes, this is my local.
This is your local?
This is class of my local club, yes.
So down here quite often then?
Yes, every Thursday. Start at 6:15, I believe. 6:15. Doors normally open from about 5:30.
Yeah.
6:15 the racing starts, really. You normally end up with 3 qualifiers, 1 final. Good night. fault, it's a great opportunity to try things as well. So I always encourage people to try things.
Yeah.
Try it. If it doesn't work, at least you've tried it rather than, especially if you want to like improve the speed. It's worth trying the club night.
Yeah.
The national. So, fun.
Cheers, Simon. Thank you. What's Mr. Wegley got here? Yeah. What's this? I know. Do you know, I want to get mine round crew some point. So how's today going?
Started good, that's gone a bit backwards, but didn't improve in the last 2 rounds, unfortunately. Probably my fault, the car setup, just haven't really touched it. I'm going to go to a harder rear spring for the next one, see if it helps a bit. Yeah, better than the last one, better than good.
Hope you go well, mate.
Bye, mate. Cheers.
Cheers.
So we go with the super quick 112 minis here, on mini round 4 here at the Hensford Indoor Raceway, run by the Stafford Model Car Club. And the pink and white car, your pole position man, which is Trevor Little, out into the lead early doors on lap number 1. This is lap number 2 just about to be completed here. Pink and white car number 1 leading. You can see just how quick these cars are, especially between the barriers and the accidents. So very robust motor cars as well. So Andy Woodward, car 3, inherited or got up into second position off the grid. Let's see if we can hold that down. And Steve Hickey, he's car number 5 in third position on the last lap. 40 seconds completed into race 4 on the calendar. All looking for the sharp end of business here to keep it in the mix. I think we've lost one car. Looks like the wheels come off the back end of that car. So one car out of the running. That's car number 2. Ian Ogden, car number 2 down in second position and off the track, which is a mechanical failure. Trevor Little, car number 1, still leads from 3-5 in 3, 4, 5, 7, 6 and 2. So Trevor Little just completing the lead again. Here comes the race leader. It's the pink and white colour car, number 1 on the screen, number 1 on the track, and number 1 on the car itself as well. So there you go, your race leader through the graphic switch back up into the TVR complex.
So with 4 minutes gone, it looked like the final was going to peter out. I couldn't catch Trev at all. However, I did notice he made a mistake, which gave me a little bit of fire in the belly to go after him. So I tried pushing a little bit harder because I knew the gap was coming down. Around about 30 seconds left, and that was that. Big mistake from myself, and the car needed to be stopped. I wasn't coming under any real pressure from third place up till that point, and it didn't really look like I was going to catch Trev, but me being me went after it and paid the ultimate price and ended up finishing in 4th place.
One lap to go in the D final, and I've gone and binned it. There's still a chance for this man to bring it back.
I didn't do much better, mate. Do a servo saver. And then your wheel will give it a final saver for me. Well, I wanted you to win, to be fair.
One run to go. Let's get this sorted out and back out there.
So filled with dreams of making some places up, well, that was all extinguished by the first corner. Really bad start there, but somehow after all that melee I managed to come out in 3rd place, going into the midfield, and unfortunately we took a bit of a whack trying to turn into the corner, and that put us another place down. As you can see, I'm still trying to find my bearings there. And this was basically the story of my race. At the 3-minute mark, I was sat in 3rd place. Wasn't really closing in on the top 2 at all, but my run was just full of mistakes, and driving like that ain't going to do you any favours.
straight, 10 right and 10 left. If you do that over 22 seconds or 22 laps, you sit you in the Brushless track. That's how quickly boys have gone around, these boys and girls have gone around this track. 3 minutes and 12 seconds on this one, still Reese Clark, car 4, leading this quickly.
Fourth place, Ian Ogden saw me run wide and took the chance. A little mistake from myself, turning in too soon to defend it. Then a real rookie mistake, not looking behind to see who was coming. And I nearly played a massive part in who won the final there, getting in the way of the front two. Sorry, guys. But by hook and by crook, I managed to bring the car home in fourth place. This meant overall, I bagged myself another bag of sweets from the Mini Masters and a third place in the D final.
End of the day, Stafford, Hixie, how did it go?
Not good, mate, not good. It was a good day, great event, well organised, everything was perfect apart from me and my car.
Can't get everything right, can you, mate? Can't get everything right.
I struggled in every, I think you only did alright in my practice, I struggled in every heat and I didn't even finish one of the two finals.
It feels like it was a bit of a slog today, wasn't it, for the pair of us?
I was having to work on my car between the whole of after every heat, right up until the start of the next heat, which is like 7 races, where usually I just sit back, have a bit of a vape, a few drinks, a chat, and I've just been stressing all day, putting new parts on the car.
And he owes me about 100 quid.
And I owe you about 100 quid. So, yeah, a good event though, good event.
So that's 1-1 then, yeah? It wasn't repeat, it was revenge, so that's 1-1.
Oh yeah, it's 1-1, sorry, I thought you took it, yeah.
No, so does that mean we've got to go to Wickham now?
Yeah, when I get a new Marday, I'm getting rid of that Battcave. I'm joking. I'll persevere with the Battcave, but I've had nothing but problems.
It's the driver, don't worry about that.
Yeah, good event, mate. Good event.
Cheers, Hixie. We'll see you next time.
Thank you to everyone associated with Stafford RCMCC and for putting on such a great event at the Hensford Indoor Raceway. Congratulations to all the podium finishers in all the finals, and it's on to the season finale in round 5. Are you planning on going to your first race meeting or your first big event? In this video, you're going to get ready with me to go to the final round of the Mini Masters. I'm going to show you exactly what I put in my bag, and if you stick around till the end, I'll show you a handy little gadget that goes into my bag that I could never go without. So the final round of the Mini Masters means another trip away from the local club, and me and Hixie going to go head to head in a final decider to see who takes the Mini Masters crown between the pair of us. It's time to get bag packed and ready to go because the Masters is this weekend. Come and take a look at my bag and I'll show you exactly what I put inside it. The OGO Rig 9800 or 9800, sporting this different theme, shall we say. Shout out to the Banana Boys. There's a couple of us at our club that have got this bag. I got this from Inside Line Models. I'll leave a link to their website and the OGO bags in the description. I love this bag, to be fair. It's got plenty of room, pocket on the front for easy access. It's got these straps here. It's got plenty of room in there. I reckon Mini RC89 could get in there. We've got pocket, another pocket down here. This is all a pocket. So there's plenty of room in there for all our RC goodies. So let's get it packed so I can get this in the car and we can head down to the Mini Masters at the weekend. Another good thing about this, the wheels are excellent on it. They're not flimsy, they're nice big wheels, nice sturdy brace. This is all reinforced at the bottom. This is all hard case. So yeah, it's a really, really nice bag. I do suggest you get one of these if you're looking for a good RC bag.
So, let's get into it then. What goes in the bag? Well, first and foremost, the star of the show, my weapon of choice. We have my Battcave Jok3r, all ready to go. Ran it the other night and it was nice, so hopefully that continues. Next, I need more than one set of wheels. Hicksy's been hard at work. And I've got my box of Trude wheels ready to go for the weekend. This hard case, I got this from B&M Bargains in the UK. I'm sure you'll be able to find something for the US and viewers from all around the world, but it's got nice little sections in there. And what I do like is each section is just big enough for 2 wheels to go in there. So it helps me keep nice and organized, and I know what I've used and what I haven't used. So that was a handy little buy, really. That is the next thing to go into the race bag. Next, we need to be able to power the beast to make the wheels turn. So we've got the charger of choice, my K2 Air by ISDT. This is a bad boy that I use to charge my batteries. I haven't got a case, maybe I'll get a hard case like I've got for the Jok3r, but currently it just travels in its original box. Lead and instructions and everything just keep in there, nice and easy to transport. Now, as you know, LiPo batteries can be dangerous, and in the pits you might need to protect your batteries when they're charging. Now, a lot of people might use a LiPo bag, something like that, but I'm just not convinced if that went up in flames that it's going to do a whole lot. So I've got one of these, the BatSafe. This is a handy charging tin for our LiPos. I've got my lead in there for my charger, and I also, because I went racing last night, need to chuck my LiPo battery in there so I don't forget it. But basically, you put your LiPo in, you put your leads in, and your leads get fed through this grommet here, and it keeps everything safe, and you can lock it up. There is a video on my channel about the BatSafe. Check it out. That's next in the bag. What else have we got? Well, I ain't a pro driver. I ain't the steadiest of drivers, so it's always handy to take some spares with you. Tuning options, spare parts. I've got a couple of boxes. I've got this one here. So the big box houses the bigger parts. We've got spur gears in there. We've got bumpers. Got a couple of receivers in there as well. Selection of A-arms, just in case, different geometries. I've got some that are built up to make it a bit quicker. If I know that I've got a choice between 2 possible A-arms, I'll build a set up and leave them in the box so it's quicker to swap around. I have some more A-arms and bigger parts there. And then in the little boxes, we've got ball cups, got a couple of springs and bearings in that one, thin nozzles for super glue, heat shrink that might come in handy. I've got my servo alignment tool by Battcave there. Got ride height shims for the front. We've got steering limiters, servo posts, shims, and then if we want to make any trackside adjustments to our gearing, selection of pinions in there, a couple of kingpins and steering arms that I've been playing around with as well, and some clips as well. So these usually sit in this section here at the top, lovely jubbly, and the big one in the box. So in the event where my driving isn't of great standard and I need to make repairs, we're going to need some tools. So I've got a Aeromax tool case, and if I show you in here, I've got a selection of oils. I've also got some bearing oil there and solder, and then these beauties,
think these are mine and Hicksey's favourite things, to be fair. MIP drivers, slowly getting a collection together. Got your standard 2mm. I've got a couple of wheel nut wrenches by MIP as well. So that collection is starting to grow. Hopefully this will all get replaced with this stuff. I love the orange handle on there. Got a pair of shock pliers, which come in handy as well. A pair of normal pliers in there. This is a weight that I used to use when I first started. This weight is 120 grams. I used to use this to make up the weight that was lost when I went from brushed batteries to brushless. Check out the brushed versus brushless video out on the channel if you haven't already. Some scissors, body reamer, should we need to make any holes in anything. A couple of pens, markers, that goes in next. If we need to make any micro adjustments, it's always handy, especially with the minis, to have a set of calipers. They come with me. They usually sit up there in that. That's zipped and sorted now. I've got pit mat, which is pretty big. Hoodie pit mat. Hoodie pit mat. That doubles out. So that's fairly big. My hoodie setup board. Nice flat surface to work on. So, especially when you're setting things like ride height, you want a flat, level surface. So, that comes in handy. That goes in. This goes in as well. Car is going to sit on a car stand. So, we need that in there as well. I've got these 3 boxes. 1, 2, and 3. So in the first one, I've got electrical stuff, I think it is. Oh, definitely need to take this with me. Programming box for the ESC. Another receiver there. That's one of those DAS Micro ones that are dead cheap off AliExpress. The Futaba compatible ones. In this one, got my additive, Spider Grip Blue, Spider Grip Green in there, battery bars, leads, connectors, contact adhesive, tyre glue, molly grease, some thread lock, some tape, which originally we was using this to reinforce the inside of our body shells. But me and Hicksey have been using it the last week or so to take off any additional crap that we pick up off the carpet between heats. It's been working well. I think there is proper tape that you can get, but I think this is doing the job for now. Once this runs out, we might look at some of the proper tape, but yeah, something that we learnt at the Mini Masters. Getting down to the final parts now. We've got this. This is very important. At clubs, at events, you know, sometimes Marshall vests are provided. I mean, it's easier if you've got your own, if you're worried about wearing something that someone else has worn. So I keep my Marshall vest in my RC bag, folded up nice and neat. That can go in there. We've got the car, we've got the batteries and everything. We need something to control the car, to make sure we know which car is ours. The shell that I've been using at the Mini Masters. This will be out for its final run at the Masters this weekend. At some clubs you'll be provided with a table and chairs. Other clubs you might need to bring your own. This weekend we need to take a table with us, so Hicksey's on table duties. We've got a fold out 6-foot table that we share, which is brilliant. We just both put our mats on. One of the other things that you may need is an extension lead. Pop that in there as well. Now, one thing that I could not go without now is this. I got it off Amazon. And it's just a fold out light like that, plugs in. This is an absolute lifesaver. It was only about £15. You can get specific ones that have been made by RC brands, but this is exactly the same. You've got a variety of brightnesses that it can go. It makes your life so much easier. So this definitely needs to go in the bag. The inside is pretty much done and dusted. That there We can close that, zip that up. Pocket on the top. This is the one that I can get to dead easy. Don't know if everyone does this, but I carry a little book around with me. This has all my sort of setup notes from the day, things that I want to think about, what I've done, just as a little reminder of things that I've tried on the car. This book lives in there. Now, obviously, when we go to the Mini Masters, we need to film stuff. So we need a couple of tripods in there, which will sit in there. That's a mini tripod, a handheld one that Mrs. RC89 uses when she's helping us video. We've got the tripod that the camera is currently sat on. That, quite handily, just slides all the way at the front of the bag underneath these loops, and then I pull it tight and that stays there. The action cam that's up here, that's been filming this angle, this also goes in there. And that, guys, is pretty much it. That is my race bag ready to go to the Mini Masters this weekend. Hi guys, and welcome back. It is the final round of Mini Masters series. Currently, Hicksy's won one at Crewe between us two. I've won one at Stafford. Means comes down to today, and guess what? We're both in the same heat. So the pressure's gonna be on right from the beginning. Here we are though, at the all-electric model car club. Pits are busy, everyone's ready to go. We've got a driver briefing coming up soon. Format the same as usual. It's gonna be 1 practice round, 4 rounds of qualifying, 2 finals. Hopefully later on in the day, we'll go and say hello to everyone. But this track looks lovely. Flowing parts to it. Hicksy did come here last night, okay? Just gonna put that one in my back pocket. Hicksy came here last night and had a bit of a run. They have changed the track though. But we'll see by the end of the day who's coming out on top. Will it be me or will it be Hicksy? So the first round of practice got underway and it was time to learn this track. Some nice flowing sections like we can see here, and a nice long straight so we can let this car stretch its legs. Practice 1 all done and dusted. The only practice session of the day. Got to get out on that track. It's all right. It's flowing. Quite nice. Hicksy had a bit of a heads up on me yesterday by coming here last night. But like I say, I'll keep that in my back pocket in case he beats me.
Hang on. They've changed the track. They've changed the track.
Nah, part of it is still the same. So the bit where he's faster than me will be the part that he already knows. How did practice go, Hicks?
All right, mate. All right, mate. I had a grip roll. A barrel rolled off the track. No.
Grip roll?
Yeah, rolled off the track, mate.
Predictions then for today?
I'm going to beat you.
He's going to beat me. Some way, somehow. By hook, crook or hammer, he's going to beat me. That's the one. We'll see how we get on in qualifying. Hicksy's fattling already. It's just after 10 o'clock and he's at it.
Can't help it, mate. Can't help it.
Trying to sort this grip roll out. So we've been blessed today because all of our heat pretty much is here. We've got Oggy, we've got Ash, we've got Aid, Hicks, me, and just over the back there, we've been looking for him all morning. It's Alistair who's the other person in our heat. They've stuck all the rowdy lot in the corner to stop any trouble. So if it kicks off in this corner, we know that something's gone wrong. I think, what are we all running Battcave here as well? 1 Battcave, 2 Battcave, 3 Battcave, 4 Battcave, and Oggy's on a Battcave as well. So shortly after, it was time for our first qualifying run. Initially, I thought I'd broken something, but it turns out it was a set of tyres that I was running and I'd managed to chunk them. The run was okay and it was definitely a base to start from.
Qualifying round 1, all done and dusted. 18 laps in the bag, ahead of Hicks. But things might change here. 18 I got in. Look at him doubting me. He's checking. He's sat here checking next to me. Read it and weep.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm looking at the
Ah, no.
I've got to keep tabs on you. I got 17.
Hicksy got 17. Quick change to the car with the gearing. We've gone to 43 spur gear and 20. What was it, Hicks? 22? 22. That's massive for what we're used to. So let's see how we get on in the second round of qualifying.
2, 1, 4, 3, 5, 6.
Qualifying round 2 saw me put on a fresh set of tyres, running 32 Shore on the back, and that didn't really help. The gearing helped me stick with the faster guys along the top straight, but didn't seem to manage to put the laps together. It was probably a worse run, and I didn't improve on my first round of qualifying. Still managed to get 18 laps in though. Then time for qualifying round 3. Starting to get the hang of this circuit now, realising that I need to come a bit wider in certain sections and get a little bit tighter. My driving was slightly better in this run, but again, couldn't break that 18 laps. Ian Ogden managing to get to 19, and the top 2 guys, Aid and Ashley, managing to get to 20. I think I might need to go seek some advice.
So over with the Battcave crew in the corner here. Lots of work going on. Coming up to the last round of qualifying. But finally, after a couple of times trying, finally managed to pinch Matthew Smithson. Matthew, how is it going today?
It's going really well, thanks. Yeah. I think I've just got TQ in brushed.
Fantastic.
And so far, I'm just holding on to TQ in brushless. But I may be on borrowed time, we'll see. It's incredibly close.
This is what the pit table at the very top looks like. I mean, look at 2 cars going.
Yeah, I'm running
all the goodies, everything going on.
I'm running brushed and brushless today, so I'm the only one stupid enough to do 2 classes. I'd rather not do 2 classes, but I've started. We've got to finish what I start, don't I?
So, out of the 2 classes, which do you prefer? You're more of a brushed guy, are you?
Well, I used to be.
Oh, have you been converted?
I think I'd be lying if I said I like it anymore. It's too much like hard work.
Well, you say it's too much like hard work. Look at all this that's going on just for the brushed car.
There's a whole large hauler just for the brushed car. It comes with its own entourage.
Cooling fan on the top between heats as well.
Yeah, it's not on at the moment. I've just sat that round out.
Right, okay.
Just because I thought I had it anyway. So I've given myself a bit of time. A comfort break.
A comfort break.
Which I haven't had since 8 o'clock this morning. So yeah, I'm just trying to glue tyres for round 4 brushless and the finals. And I've got to go and marshal now.
No problem. Cheers for talking to me, Matthew.
Always, pleasure.
So it's time for the last round of qualifying, and armed with a little bit of knowledge, I've decided to go from a 32 Shore rear tyre to a 35 Shore tyre instead. However, it's make it or break it time for Hicksy, as in the first 3 qualifying rounds I'd picked him. Can he get in front of me in this final run? Aid Ash managed to bang in 20 laps. This time I did manage to get to that 19 along with Alistair, but unfortunately for Hicks, problems struck again and it was only 14.
I tapped you at the beginning, didn't I, through this bit? It was
what?
me. It was me that caught up.
I said to Hicks, so your mate just spun me round.
There's a lot there on sweater.
Yeah? Good. So, was that 19 lapper enough for me to break out of my usual D final? Well, it was time to find out, but before that, as usual, it was time for the concourse. As always, there were some great looking minis, and the great thing that I love about this class is a body shell. Well, it's really affordable, so you can have a go at making as many concourse worthy body shells as possible.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Mr. Merrill, Sam, how's your day been?
Yeah, pretty good so far. Qualified third, which is like best of the rest.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at the top two guys and what they'd put in, and wow, they're a little bit ahead. But
I'm happy there. So let's see if we can keep it together for the finals.
Yeah.
Car's been great. Carpet was a bit different to what I'm used to, but sussed it out pretty quick, I think. And it's been nice. So yeah, I've just drove clean and
it's looked really well, to be fair. I've been watching you go around. It's looking nice and quick.
Very happy with the car. It's past few weeks I've sort of just dialed it in a little bit with the tyres, and yeah, it's been good. And it's not. I can't make it go fast enough to compete with the top two that are here today, but I'm able to drive it consistently enough that I've qualified better than everyone else.
Such a big thing, that, isn't it? Consistency.
Yeah,
that's what I struggle with. I can put in a nice lap every now and then, but after that,
it's taken about 4 years to sort of get anywhere near. Do you know what
yeah.
I mean?
So where do you usually run? What's your local club?
I'm not desperately local to Crewe, but
okay.
That is my regular.
That's where you go on the regular.
I like it. It's a good sized track.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And I mean, it's about 45 minutes for me, which is not so bad. But I'd say it's for what the sort of racing that I want to do, these sort of meetings. I'd say that's a great place to go.
It is
and
brilliant.
there's always a good field of minis, which is obviously important if you want some competition.
So what is it about this mini class that you like? Sell the mini class to us. Go on.
Without being too mean to other classes, but I like the fact that the cars are rewarding to drive.
Yep.
They're not too difficult to set up and and sort of dial in, and they really don't break.
No, that's it.
There's very little to do in between rounds. Assuming you don't want to change anything, the chances are the car's going to come off the track as you put it down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can just get on with sort of concentrating on things. And I mean, obviously the brushless class now has taken off. And that, I suppose, is more of the same, really. Yes, they are slightly quicker in some situations, depending on gearing maybe, but you have a lot less work to do on the car. So you can sort of concentrate on what you want to concentrate on, or you can just go and have a chat to your mates.
That's it, that's the good thing.
Doing less. And so I only race RC stuff over the winter, indoor season.
Okay.
And this winter I decided I'm just going to race the Mini.
Perfect.
Because it's good fun racing. There's always a good field of them, and there's very little to do. A little bit of messing about with tyres, and that's about it.
Yeah. Well, get prepared for the final. Good luck in it.
Thank you.
Go chase them front two down, mate. Go get yourself up there.
If you can stay close, I'll be doing something right.
Good luck, mate.
All right,
cheers.
So then now it is finals time. And the question we all want to know, did we make it? So into finals, and I've managed to pip Hixie to the C final. Hicks is lining up in the D. Hopefully all goes well. We'll be cheering Hixie on. Hopefully he can get on the podium in his finals. Me starting 6th in the C final. First time that I'll be in the C. So nice to see a little bit of progression. Car feels okay. Day's been great so far. Let's see what we can do. So into the D final we go, and Hixie doesn't get away very well round the first corner. He's got some catching up to do, but hopefully he can power through this and get there. Ian Ogden also in this final, trying to lead the way, but Hicksy has the problem that he started the day with, and he barrel rolls his car. Come on, Hicksy. Another mistake, and I rush from the pit table to get him back on the road, but unfortunately that wasn't the last thing. A lap or two later, Hicksy's wheel comes off and I have to do a running repair for him. Unfortunately, I think this might have been one of the issues early on in the run, but now it's time for my C final. Buzzer out and away we go. Round the first bend, not the greatest of starts from myself, trying to tiptoe my way around, and I do get caught by a couple of cars. So, second from the back, let's get our head down, let's try and relax and feel our way into this C final. Down the straight, which is very long, and finally I'm getting used to this little twisty section that flows really well. I'm under some severe pressure though from this red car. So, ran a little bit wide, end up at the back of the pack. So now I'm right at the back and I need to chase some cars down. Little mistake, that's not going to help nobody. So I've made 2 places back there, passing that blue and orange car. But the leaders are hot on their tail as well, so they're closing in on me. I feel like we've only just got started, but the front runners are reeling me in. That's another place gained there though. But making mistakes like that is not going to help no one. Thank you to the marshal there. Right, Andy, come on, concentrate. Let's go. So the blue and white car that are in front of me are the leaders. They've gone through. I'm a lap down on them now. Can I try and stay close to them? Can they drag me through this 5-minute run? After 2 minutes, find myself where I started in 6th place. Pete and Ash out at the front. I'm feeling at the start like I've settled in a little bit more, and that blue car there just going off gives me a little bit of breathing room. So while we're kind of in no man's land circulating the track, do you like this style of video? Do you like the commentary over the race vlog? Do you prefer highlights, or do you prefer full race footage like this? Let me know in the comments below. Right, back to it. Let's get after this car in front. Running wide, which is going to cost me a bit of time there and clipping the barrier. Round we go. Into the last section of the lap. And a right turn down the straight. Are we getting closer? I'm not sure, but we'll keep on trying. At this point I've been concentrating that hard, I'm not even sure if we're racing with this blue and yellow car or if that's a car coming to lap me, but I do know me and the blue car are on the same lap and it's just gone through, which isn't ideal. So all we can do is try and keep going, keep steady and try and put in these consistent laps. But again, A little bit of a mistake, touching the barrier, and the blue car comes back through. Again, not much has changed after 4 minutes. Still in 6th place. Ash from the pit table is leading the charge at the front. So this is the stage that I got greedy at when we went to Hensford Raceway, and I was pushing like mad trying to chase down Trevor Little, and I ended up binning the car. So in the last 30 seconds we don't want to do that. Let's keep going, let's keep it on the track, and we'll just look forward to the next race and see what we can do there. A little bit of messy racecraft trying to let Ash get through and lap me, something that I definitely need to improve on. Where's the best place to let someone through? I'm not sure. I try and run wide a little bit at corners, but that is something we need to work on. And now it's just a short dash to the finish line. The leader, Ashley Sully Hicks, knocking up 20 laps. I've come in 6th here, which, do you know what? First C final appearance at the Mini Masters. I'll take that. Let's work on this for the second leg. Hey, how's it gone?
Are we recording?
We're recording this time. We just had a bit of a mishap and didn't even record what Ash had said. Said he's had enough of it. This production's a load of garbage.
Yeah, no, it's been a good day. Love racing this though. It's really good fun.
So where do you usually race? What's your local?
Stafford.
Stafford.
Yeah.
Hensford Indoor. So we've been there. There's a nice track there.
Yeah, I've had a better result today.
Fantastic. Car's been going well, hasn't it, today actually?
Yeah, it's been
we all
really
started in the same heat for qualifying, but you've managed to pip the lot of us, haven't you? And you've stuck it in the B.
Stuck it in the B,
Stuck
right
it
at the
in
back.
there. Still in the B, mate.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take it. Been a good day.
Fantastic. What have you thought of the series so far? I know you've only done 2
I've just
heats.
done the last 2, but definitely I'd do it again.
Yeah.
And probably more of them.
Fantastic. One last go
on.
at it in the final. So, are we gonna stick it further up there this time?
Well, we're going to stick it to Simon, so yeah, we're going to try. We're going to try and get Simon Mayo, beat him. That's my aim for this one. He
Mr. Mayo.
qualified 2 places above me. I need to get him.
He's called you out, Mr. Mayo. We'll see how it goes in the last final. Good luck, Aid.
Cheers, thanks, mate.
Take 2 with Ash. Ash, 1 final down, 1 leg down. Went well.
Yeah.
Stuck it right at the top. Fastest car on the track. How's the car feeling? How's it been today?
Consistent today, to be fair. Car is consistent. It's getting faster, so I'm learning the car more and more every time I drive it. Hopefully I can get another win in the next one, and then take the sweeties home then, can't I?
We've only come for the bags of sweeties.
Of course we have, yeah.
Running
Battcave
Jok3r.
Yeah.
Lovely bit of kit. How have you found it since you've had it?
Easy, to be fair. Minimal work to do on it. Maintenance next to none. You can do it trackside before the start of the day. It's dead easy, honestly. Just keep on top of your additive, that's all I'd say.
Yep.
So.
Good luck in the final. Hopefully you can stick it back up at the top and take a pack of sweeties home with you.
Nice one.
Cheers, Ash.
And it goes a little something like this.
Mr. Ian Ogden. This car, 1 win so far in the finals. Can we make it 2 out of 2 in the second leg?
Be lucky if I can. I think that word just got a clean start and managed to run away. And as I say, yeah, hold on to the lead. So, a bit fruitless really with them having a bit of a battle behind, but yeah, I'll take it.
I think this man here needs to make amends in that final. He's going to try and chase Oggy down.
Yeah, he's going
to
race with 4 wheels. Yeah, he gave me a chance with 3.
Hicks lost a wheel in the first final.
Yeah.
So Hicks is behind me saying he lost something in every heat. I think he's starting to lose the plot, but do you think you can keep him behind in this one?
Hopefully, yeah. I think he's holding something back for this last final.
I think he's got a modified motor there that
Yeah,
he's just putting in now.
But no,
What have you thought of the series, Oggy?
Brilliant. Yeah, done the 3. What do we do? Crew, Ensford, and now we're
Yeah, same as
all
us.
been good tracks.
Yeah, been brilliant,
Yeah,
hasn't
brilliant
it?
day. Yeah, as I say.
Would you do it again?
Definitely.
Fantastic. Thanks, Oggy.
No worries.
Cheers,
Thank
mate. What's going on, Hicksy?
Oh, I'll tell you what,
What's
I'm going to
going
come
on?
last. I'm going to be last of the last today.
You're not.
I am. I'm going to be last of the last, mate.
All you need to do is stick that up, number 1 spot.
I can't.
Pip
Oggy's too good.
Pip Oggy to the post.
It's too good for me.
And then you'll save yourself a little bit of embarrassment, won't we, mate?
No, Oggy's too fast. He's too fast. I'm going to try.
I think we're going to have to change the colour of that shell, mate, because people will be thinking it's me going round it.
You don't see what I'm doing now, I'm packing up so I can disappear straight after we final.
Hicks, get it going, mate. Come on, we know we can get up there.
We'll try, pal, we'll try. Don't worry about that.
You've got to put these southerners, as far as we're concerned, under pressure. Southern to us, aren't they, mate? Go well, mate, in your final.
Cheers, mate.
So then, leg 2 time. Let's see if we can make any improvements on this 6th place finish. Away we go, and a much better start from myself this time, managing to navigate my way through the S's to start with, and cleanly away with a little bit of space there. Down the straight for the first time, running a little bit wide, but it's okay. Car behind me there with a little bit of mistake, and the one in front gives me a little bit of breathing room as I go down the straight in chase of the green car in front of me. A little bit wide. Still, I can see now watching it back where I'm losing time. That's another car pass though. Down the straight, into the sweeper, through the S's. Okay, starting to settle in now. Can we get close to these guys that are up ahead? Or more importantly, can we stop ourselves from going backwards? Oh, mistake there. And the orange car follows me with the same mistake. We're both away, and I've been lucky there not to lose a place. But I do think that I'm in trouble here. Look like I'm going to get gobbled up by this orange car, and down the inside. Really scrappy through there that time. No wonder he went past me. I made it so easy then. And I am dropping back now. I think I've just tried to settle down because I might have been a little bit too frantic on the sticks there. Just trying to regain my composure, hopefully, so I don't make a mistake and I can get back into it. So 2 minutes gone and I'm sat in 5th place, 1 position up from my position on the starting grid. Not really any pressure coming from behind at the minute. Keep it tidy. Oh, a little bit of a mistake again. But if we keep this tidy, we might be able to survive here. Getting a little bit wide through that section. And Stu there just blocking my view a little bit. Made me a bit hairy. Now I feel like I'm in no man's land circulating the track, and I'm sort of like, do I push? Do I just try and stay in the middle of the track and try and bring this home from here? But there's still that much time left that I'll probably get reeled in. No real pressure, and I am still making mistakes. This C final is getting to me. Like I said, first time in the sea, just wanting to do well. was a little bit tidier through that bit, nice and close to that corner in front of us. Back down the straight. Through that S section. Four minutes gone, and I'm sat in 4th place now. Ash still up front. A little bit of a mistake from the white car behind me there as well. So the last couple of times that we're going to circulate this track, just keep it tidy, don't do anything silly, don't bin it and bring it home. So there's the buzzer and the last couple of corners, and this red car makes a little bit of a mistake. I'm not sure if that meant I made a place or not, but a much better run. I know I had a good run in Q4, but this meant a little bit more in the finals. So that better placed meeting means that I take the win for the 3rd round between me and Hicksy. Well done to Ash, winning the C final both legs. But in the championship for the Brushless, Michael Chapman, Matthew Smithson and Bryce Little rounding out the top 3. But further down there, myself and Hicksy breaking the top 15.
Finale of Mini Masters series here at the All Electric Model Car Club. Stu, how's the series been for you, mate?
Been good, yeah. I mean, yeah, All Electric stepped up for the last round, so it's been a good day. So yeah, series have gone well, I think.
I've enjoyed it thoroughly. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been good. It's been a good laugh. So yeah.
Been really good for me. My first series, my first big events. This has been a lot of firsts for me.
Yep.
First travelling out my club. Really enjoyed it. Hicksy, who I pit with as well, loves it.
Yeah.
Are we going to do the same next year?
We will do the same.
We're going to do the same. There you go. We got it.
Yeah, we were talking about tracks earlier, so like, I think I'll do a little poll or something to see what people's favourite track was and all that
Fantastic.
sort of thing. A little bit south, a little bit north. I've been up north a lot recently. So, yeah.
I think you get a bit of a northern accent, aren't you?
So we'll find out what everyone's thoughts are and all that sort, and we'll go from there. So we've got a whole 6-7 months yet, haven't we?
Got loads of time to sort that out. I think the vibe that this series is, you know, you see some series and it's serious. It's really serious. This, you wander past tables in the pitch, you could have a laugh with someone, you could have a real good giggle, but then on the track there's some really good racing still.
Absolutely.
Really close stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so this is fantastic. I'm really pleased that you're going to do it again.
Really
happy about that.
Yeah.
Going forward, what have you guys at RC Vision got planned through the summer?
So there's loads of stuff going on. So we've got loads of workshops
Very busy,
for the kids.
aren't you?
Really busy. So we've got King of Clubs, lots of RC Vision workshops, King of Clubs. I've got nationals maybe with my son. So yeah, busy. Loads, like the diary's stacked. So yeah.
Stacked.
So, yeah.
You was at MKGP?
We was, yeah. It's good.
Ago.
Yeah, really good.
How did you find that?
Really good atmosphere. I found because you got basically 3 different teams. You got Associated, X-Ray, Schumacher. They're all pitting in rows. Atmosphere is amazing. Yeah, we streamed it all. So yeah,
I was watching
really
some
good.
of the stream. I was sat there watching.
Yeah, so it was good because you had all different winners. There's lots of people TQ basically, so it wasn't just one person dominating it like it has been previously. And so it made it more exciting from the viewer point of view. So yeah, so it was really exciting. So.
Does that mean you've got a contact at the MK shopping centre?
I haven't. No, So,
Mini Masters at MK.
Yeah, I can imagine it. Yeah.
Stu, all I can do from everyone that's taken part in this series, say thank you. It's been a great event, mate.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
See you next
Thanks
year.
for supporting it. Yeah.
Absolutely,
Excellent.
and we'll see you again.
Excellent.
Take care,
Thanks
mate.
very much.
Thank you.